Is it happening, guys, over here? Forgive the chewing, I just needed to put something in my stomach before the stream. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome. Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. I actually didn't expect to have to chew this piece this long. Welcome, Grimgar. Glad to see you on the stream today. We're going to have a great stream. I'm excited for this afternoon. It's the Mad Nasher. Welcome, Mad Nasher, as well. Jim the Marine. Yes, J-Man the Marine. Welcome to J-Man. And, of course, welcome to Grimgar. Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to be talking about new armies, which is a subject we've talked about before, but we didn't get into enough detail, in my opinion, the last time we did it. So for me, I would like to talk about stuff like, hello, Tech Priest Gabriel, and welcome. No, yeah, we're not going to be talking about them. We talked about those shit heels this morning, Grunk. No, I'm more excited to talk about other armies. The armies that are confirmed otherwise, like World Eaters, or to talk about armies we would like to see. I know that Aries is one of those armies, aren't you, buddy? What are you doing? Hmm? What? No, you're not getting any of my food. Thank you, Aries, but you're not getting any. No! Go, get out of here. No. No! No! Back, foul demon. I think Bear is losing his mind. Look at his hair. Soon you'll start talking about Pepe Silva. Start screaming into the microphone. It'll be awesome. Oh boy, Jorg says, I set fire to 3 buildings on Orkney. One on Granada. 4 in the Faroe Islands. Left your business card and the number for Interpol. Should have a few more clicks coming your way. Thank you, Jorg. That's so much great promotion for the channel. I can't thank you enough. You're such a wonderful gem. I don't really have a good explanation for Interpol, but hopefully they will realize that I'm, streaming every day here from like Western Canada, and they'll realize that I couldn't have possibly done those fires. So, but you know what? That's great. That's great promotion, dude. I hope that, once Interpol's here, they stick around. Hey guys, I know you're here to investigate international arson, but if you could just stick around in the channel for a little while, guys, it'd be amazing. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. So, we are 44 subscribers away, boys. 44 subscribers away from us hitting the goal for the channel for the month to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of January. We had a rocket under the channel up until this week. This week it's kind of slowed down a bit, but we're at least a little bit more positive than we are negative, so that is good. That's always great. I'm looking to release a bunch of videos soon. I've actually finished the script for 4 videos, and I might be doing some scripts for a few others. I might do my meme video first, but I'm not sure. But we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun on the channel. So good things are coming. Streams are coming every day. I can't promise you guys that I will have a morning stream tomorrow, but we might. So days where I don't post a video, I will be doing 2 streams, or at least I'll be trying to do 2 streams. Aries, claim your birthright by taking a Big Red's channel to promote the cause of the doggo emancipation. Aries is not into dog emancipation. He's a dog supremacist. That's what Aries is for. Aries would like to overthrow the human yoke and replace it with the tyranny of the canine. You will provide him with pets and food at his leisure. Got a new background. I've actually finally updated my background for my display. It's very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Look at that. Very nice. I think it looks very slick. Thanks to Warhammer Total War for coming up with such cool backgrounds. We're just spending a few minutes sticking around here until, of course, people flow in, because typically it takes people about 15 minutes to trickle into the stream. So that's what we're doing right now. We're just going to shoot the shit until about 15 minutes in, and then we're going to talk about the subject of today. The subject of today is going to be new armies that are coming, and what new armies you would like to see. Now, there's actually quite a list for me. There's quite a list of armies I would like to see. But we live in the real world, and in the real world, that doesn't necessarily translate over too well. There's only going to be customization for the Demon Prince, dude. That's the only one who gets it. That's the only one. The one and only. Oh yeah, I'd prefer Man of Iron to some of the stuff we're getting. Finny, 1987. Whalecome, Finny. Welcome, my brother from the 80s. I misspelled Big Red 40. Oh no. But no, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the new subscriber. That means, you guys, we're one closer to the goal. We're one closer. My God. How much... Oh, guys, we're at 956. We're 44 away. 44 subs away until we hit the 1,000 goal. That's crazy. I'm not crazy. You are. And dropping in here from yellow to red. Hey there, Big Red. Hey, welcome, Mark Davey. Welcome, even. I can't understand what you're saying. I can't understand what I'm saying either. I'm saying we're 44 people away, my friend. 44 people away, Mr. Montgomery. 44. That's crazy. That's exciting. No, but welcome, Finny. If you're in stream right now, honestly, welcome. We're very happy to have you. With the split of the galaxy, it would be cool to see some Imperium factions split off out of necessity. Yes, but I think it should just be different rules. So, like, if you play a guard regiment, you might be able to change the regiment's alignment from Imperium to something else. I think that might be something that's possible, but I don't think that they're gonna... I don't think that they'll do that, though. Mr. Montgomery, Scarbrand is completed. If you join us on Discord, there is a Discord link. There is a Discord link. I look tired. I actually just slept before the stream. I slept 2 hours. One above all. Hello, hello, hello from the hive mind. Welcome, one above all. Welcome to the Big Red 40K stream. We're happy to have you here. Oh, we're another closer. 43 away, you guys. We're 43 away from the monthly goal. One by one, the bricks are laid. Oh, the bot doesn't do that program yet, my friends. The bot doesn't do it yet, but... Hold on. I'm just gonna make sure. Actually, I had to hit the everyone key anyway over here. And now... Alright, and then... This should be the link. Oh, no, wait. That's the link for the stream. What have I done? What have I done? I fucked up, chat. I fucked up. There we go. There's the link to the Discord, everybody. Welcome, Grand Keeper of the Duffel Bag of Doom. But you will also find him on the Instagram page. The Instagram page is also inside of our thing, like inside of the video description. So, welcome one, welcome all. We're almost at the 10-minute mark, where I think that we're going to begin to talk about today's subject. Today's subject being the wonderful world of what imagination we might live in to see new armies arrive to Warhammer 40,000. I always love new armies. I love the idea behind them, except for squats. But we're not going to talk about those this stream. So... There are quite a number of races in Warhammer 40,000 that I think deserve the rub, as it were, deserve to be elevated into the status of having fully assembled armies. That would be fantastic. Yes. I, myself, would be very excited to see a whole host of them. Especially even out of, like, established races. Like, there's quite a lot out there. There we go. I have the list up. Oh, there's a bunch of people talking. Halo Carter, yeah, Fruit, that's another good one. Whalecome, Whalecome 1, Whalecome R, Romario Elp, Java, Whalecome to Java as well. Siri Esco, Whalecome as well. Jenkins, Whalecome. Whalecome 1, Whalecome all. The Huron Army for 2022. The Huron Army. I want to see models of whatever is out for the Ghoul Stars. Yeah, that'd be like the Rak Ghoul, I'm pretty sure. But, so, we've got 28 people. Gloryforge, Whalecome to the chat as well, Gloryforge. We've got everyone coming in. Everyone is arriving as planned. That's perfect. We're only 43 subscribers away, guys. We're doing it. We're crossing the Rubicon. We're going to make it past 1,000. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. So, I wish I could have one. The Men of Iron, the Sloth, the Maggot Faces, and the Hrud. Can you meow once, please? I don't know if I want to. That's getting a bit weird, Romario. It's getting a bit weird. Eddie Meekin. I'd love to see one Xeno faction for each Chaos God. Why should humans be the only Chaos God specific faction? I agree with you, but I don't think they'll do it. So, like, I do agree, but I would love to see more Xenos races in the game. I think the game is deeply lacking them. I do not think we need more Eldar. So even though I love Exodites, we really don't need Exodites. We really don't need expansions to most of these alien races, except for with the exception of the Kroot. I think that we need new alien races that make up their own faction. So if we say, hey, we'd like to see Hrud, I would not want to see Hrud as being like a sub-army of the Necrons or of the Eldar or of whoever. They should be their own thing. The Slith do not worship Slaanesh. That's the Lair. The Lair worship Slaanesh. The Slith work for the Drukhari, and most definitely do not worship Slaanesh. So, who have we got out here? You know what? We're at 12 minutes. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it! So just before we get started, I see 33 people concurrently in the chat. If you're enjoying your time here today, please consider hitting that like button. It does help the channel out. We are doing our best to grow the channel right now. We're only 43 subscribers away from hitting the monthly goal we set out at the end of December to get 1,000 subscribers. We're so close! We're so close! So please consider hitting that like. Share the stream with your friends if you'd like. Join us on Discord. We have a whole Discord that we've started up. We're putting more and more time into that Discord as time goes on, and more things will be happening on there, not just video announcements. But I've got some plans for the Discord. And remember, this Sunday is the first Sunday stream models. Once you join Discord, if you want to share up to 6 images for this week, for the coming Sunday stream models, I encourage you to do so. We will go over everyone's models in detail. We're not just going to skip over things and be like, oh, it's nice, whatever. We're actually going to talk about your model and talk about what we see that you've done to it in terms of either conversions or how you painted it or what pointers we might give to it. So it's a whole stream dedicated to you, the community. With that being said, let's get started. I will give off a brief list, and I will see what the chat themselves have to say in terms of the list I have for armies that I think should be added to Warhammer 40,000 that are new armies, not just expansions of like the Imperium or whatever. As I would like to see the old ones, I would like to see the Men of Iron, I would like to see the Hrud, I would like to see the Slith, I would like to see the Kroot, and I would like to see the Rak Ghoul. So, not necessarily in that order, that's what I have. Is there anything that you guys would like to see? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Which armies would you guys like to see? Pop a few off and we'll maybe add them to the list. And then we will vote on it at some point tonight even. It'll be very exciting. Uvath? Oh, that name sounds familiar. Eh. I'm not really, like, I really don't want to have, like, I'm not really all that interested in Chaos Corrupted Aliens per se, but I would love it if they did them. But I just don't think that it's going to happen. And not only that, I think that armies should be unique to themselves if possible. Chaos Guard, yeah. I should point out, I'm a big advocate for the Lost and the Damned, which would be like mortal champions of chaos. So that is definitely one we can add on to there. I'm trying to avoid adding more Imperial and Chaos armies, especially considering we know Emperor's Children are coming. We know that the World Eaters are coming. We know that there are... I think the Lost and the Damned, if they do them, should be Traitor Guard and Dark Mechanicum put together. Sort of like Drakari, you can build multiple armies out of one book, unique to that book. I think it'd be very nice. Men of Iron Supremacy. Oh boy, the Men of Iron / Automata would be very nice. I am fine with that being, they can be a kill team. Which can be a kill team, Jason? The Mushroom People from the One Piece of Art. You mean the orcs? I can't believe there isn't Dark Mechanicus. I can. I think French Canadians make a good force. That'd be right. You can have the Quebecers out there in the 41st millennium. You know, like that goddamn going out there trying to take out that thing. Oh yeah, I don't disagree, Era. I just don't know how they'd translate that into miniatures. We don't need a Rogue Trader Codex. Humans with Dark Age technology, they hate the Imperium? Yeah. Independent humans. Absolutely. I can definitely see independent humans as being an interesting race for them to do. I would prefer them to do a alien race, because I think we desperately lack unique alien races in 40k. I mean, you have to remember the galaxy has 400 billion stars in it. And the Imperium... Like, you know, like, and there's not more significant races out there. I just think it doesn't make a lot of sense to do it that way. I would love to see more. You have the Quebecois army, right? You know, like, we come from the planet Quebec, and, you know, like, we're here to take out, you know, the Imperium. I want to see something wholly new and nothing we've seen before. Yeah, like, that's more what I would like to see. That's why I would like to see Old Ones, or Men of Iron, or Hrud, or Kroot, or Slith. Because there's something new to them. They're not really touched on in that way. They always could have done the Rangdan comeback. I think that, like, it's interesting that so many people want to see the Rangdang and whatnot. Like, I don't disagree, but the main thing I would point out is that they came into existence only as a background set piece to be killed off. There was never any idea to bring them in as a serious force into 40k or hit Horus Heresy or anything like that. That's not to say I wouldn't mind seeing them. I just don't think that it's something that they would really attach themselves to. The reason there are not more Xenos armies, they're smarter and then allow themselves to be seen as those little fur-covered things in the backwater planet. I don't know about that. I think that there should be more Tau Empire-like armies in the 41st millennium. I think that the game needs 2 to 3 more unique Xeno armies. Meaning they're not orcs, they're not Necrons, they're not Tau, they're not Eldar. They are unique and truly unique alien armies. That's why I would love to see the Old Ones, or the Hrud, or the Kroot, or the Slith. Those are big ones for me. Even the Rangdang, if they could come up with some concept for them that's compelling, I would be okay with that too. If we got independent humans, I think Cities of Sigmar style codex. Get out of here! Get out of here, Aries. I do not... You, sir, are the killer of my computer. Get away from the $4,000 computer. You know I don't want you down there. It's okay to be out here. I don't want you under there. You keep knocking the computer. No. It's okay. It's okay. You're not in trouble. I just don't want you down there. Sorry about that, guys. Aries is doing his best right now. I mean, that's just the thing. Like, the whole maggot face thing is really hard to turn into a miniature, and a compelling miniature at that. I just don't think that... I think you have to take visuals into account, too. Like, old ones are space lizards, so are Slith. Kroot are space birds. They look fine. Hrud, that could be a little bit more of a dark mystery one. I know they've came up with some concepts for them in Xenology, but they've kind of discarded those. Men of Iron, we now know what they look like. And they have a unique aesthetic. Aries the Destroyer, that's right, boys. Aries the fucking Destroyer. Maybe not a full new army range. Maybe support for the Imperium keyword. I'd like to see them explore more of the Imperium. Man, Chris, there's so much of the Imperium that's been explored. I just, like, you know, I love the Imperium, but man, it's just... They really don't need the attention. Look, the Imperial armies, even without Space Marines, outnumber any other group of factions. There are more Imperial armies than all of the Xeno armies put together. You know, it's just like... It just kind of gets to the point of, like, man, like... I just... How much more exploration do we need for this faction? Like, they've mined the Imperium a lot. I think it's time to begin mining the other parts of Warhammer 40,000 that have been left unexplored or untouched upon. I think that would be the best thing for the setting, to really delve into, like, putting out a few new alien factions. It's just, there's just so much Imperium. Like, I have a ton of Imperium armies. You guys can see them. I've got a Scion's army I'm working on. I've got my Minotaurs I'm working on. I've got Krieg that I'm working on. Like, there's a huge amount of Imperium that I love. I'm working on Imperial Knights, and not just Chaos Knights, but Imperial Knights as well. Like, I have a genuine, deep, and sincere love of the Imperium. But, man, it's just, at certain points, it's too much. It's just too much. Like, how many more Imperial armies do you need? It's just like... like, even the Inquisition. Why would the Inquisition be an army? The Inquisition's not an army. It should not be an army. An Inquisitor is not an army, man. He is an agent of the Imperium who shows up and takes command of an army that already exists. Like, what is the army of the Inquisition? It's the Guard. It's a Scion force. That he literally walks over and is like, "You will serve me now in the name of the God Emperor." And, like, that's just what you gotta do, dog. Like, welcome to the hard knocks on life, dude. That's all that is. Mecha Arachnids return to their outpost at Murder. Yeah, like, there's a ton of things that are left just unexplored for this setting to really delve its talons into. And I just, like, you know, no, I'm wrong. Like, if people want to see more Imperium, cool, we can do more Imperium. But, like, it just really seems like it's a huge dig. I know, but, like, Lightweight Drive, I just don't think that it's a relevant force to really be its own thing. Space Ogres would be cool instead of squats. We already have Space Ogres, though. They're called Ogren. Halo Carter, they gave us hope to other alien races with Blackstone Fortress. Hopefully they expand. Yeah, I would love to see Blackstone Fortress. That'd be fantastic. We need agents of the Imperium to cover all lesser... Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you could throw the Assassins, the Inquisition, and the lesser members of the Ecclesiarchy in there, but they're just attachment units. They shouldn't be the basis for an army. They just get attached to other armies. That's all they should be, because they're just not an army. Like, if the Inquisition is an army... What does that say about the setting? Like, this thing stopped making sense at that point, because the Inquisition would be busy fighting wars rather than being Inquisitors. That's the thing you have to remember. Their job is to be Inquisitors. Yeah, like, well, Space Skaven is Hrud. You know, even if they don't look like Skaven, their concept is similar to Skaven, which is fine. Zotes? I don't think we need Zotes. Here I am just going down like, we need all these new ideas. Yeah, fuck them Zotes. Halo Covenant is better than Tau. They should be in 40k. Changed my mind. Sure, Tau are better than Halo Covenant. I love the Tau. So, like, it's the wrong... I'm the wrong guy for you to come at with that, bro. I'm a huge fan of the Tau. I don't really like much of Halo's universe. Even though I'm a Microsoft fanboy to some extent, doesn't do much for me. They also kneecap Deathwatch and Grey Knights. Yeah, they're just servants of the Inquisition. It makes sense. 40k is feudal. Absolutely. I'm with you, Java. And give them the STC and watch the chaos unfold. I want Rat Tech. Oh. Like, again, Thrud, you could easily have filled that role, but they won't look like Skaven. If Inquisition had armies, they'd be fighting wars against each other. Exactly. Their retinues kill each other already. Like, it's brutal. I didn't mean an army, more to fold the agents into a supplement type. Yeah, all the agents of the Imperium, including the Assassin, should be in a single book called Agents of the Imperium. And they should just be attachments to any other force, a supplement. I know it's against your question, but Tau do need more auxiliary races. I really don't think so. The Tau Empire is actually becoming increasingly xenophobic, which makes sense. Kings, churches, strongmen, monks, etc. Yeah, fair. We need a double-headed space cattle race from Ringworld. I don't know about that, dude. You're... Are the old ones dead as Disco? Oh, man, I wish they weren't. I really would love to see the old ones return, because if you bring back the old ones, it also gives the Necrons the perfect foil to play against. Right now, the Necrons really don't have a foil. No, I do not count the Eldar as the counterbalance to the Necrons. This doesn't work that way. The Imperium doesn't feel like a counterbalance to the Necrons. It needs to feel like there's an opposing force against them. And if you look at Babylon 5, they actually had a whole plot of these two ancient races fighting over top of the leyland of the current races, and it was just destructive to the whole galaxy. And I would love to see something like that for Warhammer 40,000, where the old ones return, and it doesn't go anywhere, because the Tyranids are a poor foil for anyone. Like, just to be clear, this isn't me being mean to Tyranids, but Tyranids have no personality because they're just bugs. They're their own thing. There's hard to have a playoff there, and there's no history there. I think if you bring back the old ones, you could have these cataclysmic wars taking place on top of the Imperium, where the poor Imperium and even the forces of chaos are basically seeing these two ancient empires awakening and fighting one another over who's going to control the galaxy, as they're like, no, we control the galaxy. And it brings you so many storytelling opportunities. It brings you so many storytelling aspects to the thing, where now the Necrons are fighting the old ones over the actual galaxy itself. The Eldar are trying to survive. They're basically allied with the Imperium. The Imperium is now watching as the rift is opened in the middle of the galaxy. Two ancient empires are fighting over their territory as they're destroying everything. The Tyranids are invading from outside the galaxy and are infiltrating everything. You have storylines that all make sense. And now you have the perfect foil for the Necrons, and you can build whole narratives around it, where, like, you could write a whole novel from the Imperium's perspective as these two god races, the Necrons and the old ones, begin a huge fight over their planet, and it's just destroying everything. And, like, you know, like, even when the Space Marines arrive, you could have it much like the Lamenters arrived to stop the Tyranids. Instead, there's like, like, you know, the Space Marines have arrived, everyone's like, finally, the Emperor's finest are here to save us! And the Space Marines make a big splash at first, until both sides, just through one or two big hits, just knock out the poor Space Marine chapter on its way in. And then you just have, like, you know, the hopelessness and despair of the humans as they see their whole civilization on that planet just crumble around them, as the Necrons and the old ones, like, throw huge waves of power at one another. Like, that would be an incredible storyline to write. It would also, you could see that real bitter vengeance that both sides would have for one another. It'd just be awesome. War in Heaven 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's what I want. Rudy, that would be amazing. I would make the old ones absolute cunts too. I would make it where both the old ones and the Necrons are just total shitbags. And so, like, the galaxy just has to learn to fight them off on their own, which would be fantastic. You then have a storyline where Chaos has a new enemy in the form of the Necrons and the old ones. The Imperium have an enemy in the form of the Necrons and the old ones. You know, like, you open up so many doors, but I just don't think that they'll do it, which is really sad, because if you gave me a storyline to add to 40k, that would be the biggest thing I'd be adding to 40k. I've been knocking on doors for 4K channel. Hi there, do you have strong sons? Are you a heretic? Sub to Red 40K. Thank you very much. I would 100% buy Space Seraphon. Yeah, like, I would buy a Space Lizard army. I would like them to not just be Lizard Men. I would have a redesign for them where they look different and unique. But I would definitely want to be... I would want something like that. And I agree, Brett Malone. More Imperial Guard. I am not against more Guard. There should be 5 plastic regiments, in my opinion. 5. Cadians, Catachans, Death Corps of Krieg... And then 2 more, probably the Talaran Desert Raiders, and maybe 1 more could easily be supported. You don't actually need that many box sets per Guard regiment. It's ridiculous that we don't have it. Yeah, like, the modern old ones would be weaker than their War in Heaven counterparts, but I would still make them strong enough that they would be able to fight the Necrons in a cataclysmic war that is just something the Imperium can't immediately handle. Because they've already got all these other problems. I actually would even make it go as far as it looks like Gullyman has stabilized the situation. It looks like the Imperium might be on the rebound. And then this extra problem just awakens. And the Imperium, still besieged on all sides, now in a stable situation, is immediately destabilized and everything just begins to accelerate and decline. That would be fantastic. I was thinking about making 500-point Guard next, something polar opposite to the Custodes. Hey, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but you're going to spend as much money on those Guard as you did on the entire Custodes army. I don't think Steel... Like, Montgomery, I think Steel Legion are done. I think that their planet's been destroyed. I don't think that they're going to keep them around. Dude, Space Lizards can look cool if you sci-fi scales, give them 80s space... No, dude. What you have to understand is we actually know what their technology looks like. Games Workshop has given us an idea of what their tech looks like, and I think that it's actually amazing. And I would love to see some type of armor built like this for them. Hold on, I will get this up. And, you know, you could even use these as weapons for them, too, because they're the creators of the Blackstone. They made the Blackstone Fortress. So what I would do is I would give them armor that looked like this. That would be incredible. Making this type of plating and whatnot their armor, and then I would go through and I would basically make them themselves something very serpentine, very alien yet lizard-like. I have so many ideas in my head for what I would want these things to look like, but I would make them look like they're from a horror movie. Like, you have to remember there's a horror element to 40k that has not been tapped into, particularly for the Xenos races. The old ones became space lizards, but they're also based on the concept of the old ones from Lovecraft. That's why they share the same name, even. I personally would want to have that almost horror aesthetic for them, where, yes, they're space reptiles, you can easily identify them as space reptiles, but they have something very alien about them. It looks very off-putting to you. Very War of the Worlds, but very reptilian. And you could make it very uncomfortable. That's what I would want to do. I would want to make these things into something more like a combination of space lizards and like the Reapers from Mass Effect. You know, something like that. Just something very much... Like, I think the line from Sovereign, my favorite Reaper, was, "You exist because we allow it, and you will be destroyed because we demand it." And I would even go, but I actually think that they shouldn't be just a flatly genocidal race. I think the old ones should be almost like the Starcraftian Gua'uld or something. Not Starcraft, the Stargate Gua'uld, where they're like, "All will serve." I would have it where they demand subjugation. They demand servitude. You have a place in the grand plan, and they will decide it for you. I would make them the ultimate oppressive species that basically conquers you and manipulates and warps you into a tool to be used, because that is all you are. You are a tool to the great plan. You are their slave. That is 100% what I would do. Is dark as fuck. And you know what? The Eldar, at first, I'd have them be like, great! Ooh, our masters have returned! And then, like, they meet them and they're just like, you will serve. They're like, hey, boss. Weren't we all cool together? Ah! And then just, like, have them attack the Eldar for being failures. By the way, I'm a huge Eldar fan, but that's the direction of where I would want to see these things go. It would be a fantastic army. You could do so much with it. I'm a huge fan of the idea of like a second war in heaven, of this dark, menacing, ancient race that demands all life serve it. Like, you know, if life exists, it exists as only part of their divine plan, and if you don't fit in the plan... Oh yeah, they're more like the Ori. Yeah, fair enough. So it's like, all will serve. And so you don't even have that component where they're just like, oh, they just kill everybody. We've got a lot of that in 40k. Instead, I would make it like, no, you are going to be our slaves. Everyone will be our slaves. All belong to the old ones. Or whatever name we end up giving them in the end. Have the old ones appear and psychically obliterate Eldrad. Poor Eldrad! No! Also, assuming direct control, absolutely. The old one at the head of the army, the real one at charge, he's actually, like, mind-puppeting everyone in the army, much like a vampire count from Warhammer Fantasy. Absolutely. Where it's a whole army of slaves. You could even have a unit... Like, one thing I would do is I would have a unit of slaves that are not even, like, armed with weapons. They're just bodies that are marched forward across the field like zombies. Like, go now. Serve your masters. Just to tie you up in melee, just be awesome. They're basically sending out, just sending out these horrible waves of your own people. Well, yeah, but ironically enough, Crunk, it would be hilarious if the enslavers were reflections of what the old ones were. Wouldn't that make sense? They're an echo in the warp. They're just themselves, but tainted by the warp. Wouldn't that be an incredible story to tell? No, again, Dan Mojo, that is not Tyranids at all. I don't really know what you're talking about. Like, Tyranids break you down into biomatter and consume you for energy. They make a new army out of you, yes, but it's really they're eating you for the energy. They don't want you to serve them. They don't use you in the same capacity. They just want to eat you because they need the energy to survive. It's fundamentally not the same thing. They don't want to rule the Milky Way galaxy either. They don't have some plans for it to be their awesome vacation destination. It's just is what it is. Oh yeah, I'd love to have an army of pariahs with the Outsider at its head. Absolutely. I would love that. I would do that over the Men of Iron, but I think that just because of how popular the Men of Iron are, they would have to do it as the Men of Iron. The Tyranids were running from the old ones? No. That would be garbage. Just talking about the direct mind control. Tyranids don't really... Again, they're not really direct mind control, and I wouldn't make it a gamey rule like Synapse, where it's always outside of Synapse range. It's like, no, you serve this one master at the back. So sell this to GW, please, this is good. Man, like, at the end of the day, they don't care. They have their own design team. They have their own people there. So the old ones, that would be garbage. I'm sorry, but one above all, no! Please, no! Please, you're killing me. You're killing me on the inside, buddy. I can feel the knife between my ribs. Also, then make them shoot enemies that are in melee with units that are enslaved. Yeah, that would be amazing. Can you imagine that the enslaved units are just there to tie people up in melee, so then they unload on you with weapons from afar? Oh, that would be so fucking savage. It's like, serve. Ah! You could also give them a psychic power where they briefly take control of a unit for one turn, like Magnus the Red used to do in 7th edition. So yeah, shoot your friends. Mass Effect was so creative with their aliens besides the Asari, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Yeah, well, I mean, like, you're going to have some crossover to a certain point, Siriesco, because there's so many things in 40k. But again, I wouldn't make them as tough as Poxwalkers or anything like that. They're just fucking poor humans and Eldar just mind-warped into these things. Zotes are reptilian equal old ones. I really think that's a stretch. I don't want the Tyranids to be connected to the old ones at all. I think you should just let the Tyranids be Tyranids. And I think Games Workshop is beginning to realize that. They were going to make them constructs of the old ones, and they looked like they were going to make them constructs of the Necrons. They've hard turned away from that due to backlash, because it doesn't make any sense. Again, just let the Tyranids be Tyranids. There's no reason to let the Tyranids not be Tyranids. Just let them be Tyranids. What's the harm in that? They're an army of space locusts that are here to pick the galaxy clean. That's fine. They don't need to be anything more than that. As soon as you start adding more to that, it just gets messy. It just gets convoluted. It doesn't make any sense. You're still, like, any character they try to enforce on the Tyranids feels weird. The Tyranids hate the Blood Angels. It's like, fuck you. That doesn't make any sense. They don't hate anything. Animals like that don't hate. It's a collective species of a unified intelligence. Any setback, it would not hate. It would just view that setback as a setback. It'd be like, oh, that's unfortunate. All right, we'll try something new next time. That's all it is. Yeah, the Satan are very Lovecraftian. Oh, Brett, you should have been here when I had my pitch for what I would want to do with the Satan, which would basically involve them, the Outsider being the true Satan faction, the only remaining Satan existing in the Black World and the Void, and he basically enslaves a group of humans and turns them into pariahs. And then those humans basically go out and collect more humans to turn them into pariahs. Above one, Zotes are Tyranids, dude. They're 100% Tyranids. Oh yeah, dude. I love that artwork. I love that artwork, Krent. That was made by Mr. Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken. It's just fantastic. I'll show this on stream again. This is one of my favorite art pieces that somebody has come up with as fan art, and I would this just sells me like right away. Just 1 second, guys. I just gotta get this up and running. We'll take this off. This artwork is amazing. Oh, we could do a squid alien race. That'd be cool too. Absolutely. Look at this. That's something I could buy into very quickly. The 2 reptilian guards, the poor space marine, and then the true old one above him. That'd just be horrifying. I would love a dark horror reptilian faction that is all about just enslaving and destroying the galaxy to rebuild it in the image that they want, and that everyone alive will become their slave. They all exist only to serve the old ones. They showed squid aliens in Astartes? Nah, that's actually based on a real concept. It's not really a squid. That's like a weird warp ball thing. But yeah, I would love something like this. Like, just straight up. Something like this, especially the guards, that snake but reptilian style body that they have is just so perfect. And then you just have this thing that's like a mixture between a snake and a frog. And it mixes so many concepts from fantasy but makes it different. Oh no, Jorg. How the old ones get defeated. They go to Terran Chapter Malarak as the turncoat prepares to meet Greg's sausage rolls for his reptilian masters. 3 days later, food poisoning. Oh no. Yeah, I'd like to add 1 warp ball to my army, sir. Oh boy. It is grim. That's the idea, man. It's gotta be grim. It's gotta be dark. That's what makes 40k work. Zotes may or may not be Tyranid aligned. The original lore no longer fits with the modern incarnation of the Tyranids. Yeah, but I still think that it only makes sense for them. They arrived with High Fleet Colossus. They've got the same limb structure as Tyranids. They've got four legs and 2 forearms. They're Tyranids, bro. That's what they are. They're Tyranids. They're slaves to the Tyranids. I wish they weren't. Would be real nice if they weren't, but that's what they are. What about the traitors and constructs from Astartes? I mean, that's just traitors, dude. Like, I don't know what you want, Gabriel. They're just traitors. Lovecraftian and 40k go together so well. I would love a dark horror vibe. Yeah, that's what I would want. I would want a dark horror vibe, ancient old ones race to fight the Necron tier, the ancient old horror Necron race. And you could and the humans are just stuck in the middle, and like you just have to deal with the horrors of the galaxy. That would be incredible. I think it would be incredible anyway. Zotes are a Xenos equivalent of Gene Stealer cult. I don't know. Like, again, they've mucked around a lot with it, but they still seem to be Tyranid aligned. They did add in the Zotes to Blackstone Fortress, but their body plan is still a Tyranid body plan. Like, that's just, it seems to be what it is. At least to me, anyway. But I might just be crazy. But yeah. So, we've gone through the old ones. Who would be next? Who would be next? I wonder. I wonder. Who should we do next? How about... Actually, we'll have the chat vote on it. Yeah, they come from another galaxy. They don't look like old ones. I would really not want them to be old ones. That would be hard, not cool, in my opinion. I don't want the Tyranids and the old ones near each other as concepts. I just don't. Oh, we've got a new subscriber. Charlie Tango 100. Whalecome, Charlie Tango 100. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. That's amazing. Thank you very much for being here. That's great. We're doing it, fellas. We're doing it. We're going to climb that mountain together. Together we will prosper. But, hey, John Baptist, how you doing? That's what the old ones want us to think. I don't know, man. I really, really don't want the Tyranids and the old ones related. Just let the Tyranids be Tyranids, man. Just let them be Tyranids. They don't need to be related to the War in Heaven. It doesn't make sense that they're related to anything from the outside. Like, you know, except for the outside. People make the galaxy, like, they make the universe such a small place by making the Tyranids kind of attached to it in that capacity. We know what drew them to the galaxy. It really shouldn't be related to any of the races in 40k already. They should be their own thing that have arrived from the outside, that are here to end all life in the galaxy. Just so many people desperately want, because humans naturally look for patterns. We want these patterns to all make sense. We're like, well, this is this and this is that, and now you have to be connected by this. And then when we see Tyranids, which is an outsider, when we see the Tyranids, Men of Iron are returning with the squats, that would be weird, man. How's that gonna work? Oh god, I hope not. Oh god, that would be a real way to piss in my cornflakes. Something is wrong with the Ghoul Stars. What the fuck is going on there? Why are they hiding? I mean, there's a lot of reasons, dude. I think that I don't know what to tell you, man. If the Tyranids made sense, if the Tyranids made sense, it would ruin them. The Tyranids do make sense, though, but they make sense in how you quantify them. They are a race of they are a species that evolved at some point over a course of millions, if not billions, of years in another galaxy that evolved into a collective intelligence that began taking on genetic features from their food sources. They expired all of the food on their home planet, so they basically became a spacefaring species to continue to perpetuate themselves. They began to land on other planets and consume those planets. This process became more and more refined as it evolved over time, and eventually it just became a hyper-predator that consumed everything. It consumed its own galaxy, and then it went, oh shit, there's nothing left here. So it, again, evolved itself, its ships mutated, prepared for long travel, and basically launched itself towards the next nearest galaxy. It needed more food. Like, it's not, like, you don't need to have, like, and then the space lizards arrived and created the Tyranids, or the Silent King created the Tyranids to revenge against all life within the universe. It's like, man, just let them be bugs. They're a hyper-advanced foreign alien species that evolved in their own galaxy, consumed their galaxy, moved on to 3 or 4 other galaxies, and now it's fucking lunchtime, and they're here for the Milky Way. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, guys. The Necronids. Oh, that was the worst storyline they ever pitched. I'm so glad the backlash was enough that Games Workshop said, you know what, guys? What were we talking about? Didn't mean to post that. Yeah, Tyranids are perfect as they are. That will consume all the races if they can't join them, can't fight them. Yeah, like that's just the idea, right? Tyranids make the most sense in my opinion. They're the most realistic thing in 40k. Yeah, like they're very realistic. They are biology gone wrong. Mantis shrimp create a sonic boom underwater when they use their hammer claw. Oof. Best part was an Eldar saying that to an Inquisitor. I know, it's so dumb. The Tyranids are much cooler when you think of them in evolutionary biologic structure, like a battery of cells of eels. Yeah, they're their own thing, and that's fine with them being their own thing. We don't need them related to the war in heaven. We don't need them related to the Necrons or the old ones or the Eldar or who the fuck ever. Just let them be space bugs. Let them be what their design concept is, which is their evolution spun out of control. They are a voracious appetite that will never be satiated. No, they are biology gone horribly wrong for the Tyranids. Well, that's basically it. Like, it's a life form that got out of control and spreads like a cancer throughout reality now. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. Starship Troopers stole the idea as well and did a good job. Yeah, like, you just have to let the Tyranids be Tyranids. That's all I ask for. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man. Like, just let them be let them be Tyranids. What about a race of YouTube clickbaiters? They infect society with trend following drama and fake prank videos. Well, I don't think that would be an overly effective battlefield asset in the 41st millennia, just to be totally frank with you, my friend. So I don't know if I could recommend that one, but it would be real nice if we got more races in Warhammer 40,000. Yeah, like the Tyranids are what was quoted in Alien when what's his name? The robot in the first one. It says like it's a perfect killing machine. You know, it's beautiful, right? That's the way you should view the Tyranids. Yes, the Tyranids do breed water-based creatures if they land on an ocean world. They'll do anything they will have anything necessary to the environment they invade. So, like, the Tyranid range is a fair bit limited because Games Workshop has limited resources to pour into it. But there's all sorts of horrors that will appear in any environment. Like, it's just the way it is. YouTube streamer minis. Be awesome. Valrak is the HQ choice. I want to go fly fishing there. Oh. I don't think you want to go fly fishing with Tyranids in the water, my dude. I think that might end poorly. Aries looks like he's up to trouble back there. I see what you're doing. No, you're not going underneath there. Cut it out. You know I don't want you down there. Huh? I don't want you breaking my computer, buddy. I love you, but I don't love you that much. They already have the Emperor hooked to Logan Paul Pokemon videos, and they took over the optics of all the Space Marines. Boo, oof. Read the book Red Fury. There's a scene where Space Marines fight a water Tyranid breed that's attacking their submarine craft. Yeah, like, the Tyranids will deploy anything they have to any particular environment to make it work for them. They are able to spawn Tyranids that attack you in space. There's no reason why they can't spawn Tyranids that won't attack you in the water. You know, like, it's just is what it is. Like, again, the Tyranids are perfectly fine as they are. They don't need to be turned into some construct of the old ones or the Necrons, or just leave them alone. Just let them be what they are. It's been a while since I read them, but I wonder if there are any races that work at terminating in 30k that could come back. I don't think so. I think they're going to leave all those races dead. I want a Rakghoul army. A lot of people want a Rakghoul army. I don't personally see what the Rakghoul have to offer in a lot of ways, but I did put them on the list. I just don't, like, I doubt they will do them because they're a Fantasy Flight game construct, and even though Games Workshop owns the property to that, they usually don't like to use constructs that were made by their third-party developers. So I don't think that we'll see that, unfortunately. Then we've got, let's talk about the Kroot. I would love to see a Kroot army, even though I'm not huge on Kroot as a whole. I think they deserve an army. I think that they were actually, when they designed the Tau and the Kroot were designed at the same time as competing with one another, and they opted to keep the Kroot even though it didn't win their competition. The Kroot were turned into auxiliaries, as everybody knows, but the Kroot were originally going to be the whole army. It was either going to be Kroot or Tau. And I would love to have seen the Kroot get the full army release they've always deserved. You could have vehicles for them, or more, creatures. The real problem is of course, how do you justify them transporting through space? That's where things get a bit more complicated. But I think that we need a Kroot army. Why not? Oh, you're so mean, lightweight Jive. Jive's out here curb stomping the Kroot, everybody. Come on, Jive. Why you gotta be like this? Plastic Narlocks, dude. Yep, the War Sphere. But I just don't know how they build them. They don't seem to have the technology for anything. They wear rags. The squat's good an army Kroot should? Yeah, it's harsh. I agree, though. Oh, the Kroot guy in Blackstone, such a beautiful miniature. That is such a stunning model. Like, Kroot aren't perfect by any means, but the Kroot from that game was just fantastic. Like, it's not even fair. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That's awesome. Oh yeah, Kroot versus Cataphractides would be fucking epic. Oh yeah, I like the Eldar Sniper in there too, but we're getting Rangers, right? What a beautiful model though. I love what they did with the hair and all the tattoos. Just great. Kroot versus Catachan's Avatar 2.0. Harsh. Guys, we have 43 concurrent viewers on the stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here today. This is a fantastic stream so far. I appreciate everybody being in here. If you're enjoying your time here so far as we talk about various races that should be added to 40k, please consider leaving a like. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're only 43 people away. 43 people away from reaching our subscription goal of 1,000 before the end of the month. And I greatly appreciate your support. At this point, I would just be happy with them fully fleshing out the Chaos Armies. Oh, it's going to be a while before you're happy then. Might be cool if they did a 4-way kill team box. Oh yeah, Kroot versus Tau? Yeah, Kroot versus Tau is no problem, dude. I'm down with Kroot versus Tau. Nids, Eldar, Kroot, and Catachans in a jungle war. That would be so trash for everybody involved. I was imagining more Predator than Avatar. Oh, fair enough. Still, that's fantastic. That's amazing. That's the greatest. We're having a great stream here, guys. What a wonderful stream. You can't go over 1,000 subs till you break the codex. Which codex do you want me to break? I'll break any of them. The Codex Astartes does not support this measure. No, you haven't missed much, dude. The Kindbrock from the Heresy. I don't think they're going to add any Heresy aliens. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that they probably shouldn't, too. I think there's so many more designs and ideas out there. There's so much they can do. I'd love to see a Slith army. Snake Men, dude. Fucking so cool. The Harad? That's what we need, the HUD? I'm not against the HUD. Oh, it'd be fine. We showed them off earlier on stream, too. Forgive me for chewing. I just need something to eat real quick. Thank you again, everybody, for being here today, though. That's fantastic. Old ones with no legs. That's right, baby. Who needs legs when you're a snake? Jorg says, I booked you a gig at Tim Hortons in Quebec next Thursday. Your rant about squats coming back to my 8-year-old cousin's birthday party. Good luck. Bring a rabbit. Well, fear not, Jorg. I appreciate all the efforts you do for me, my friend. But if I could make a suggestion, hear me out. If you could just fuck off instead. No, thank you very much for your valid contribution, Jorg. I assure you, Jorg, that I fully and sincerely appreciate your support. Another guy wants the Rangdang back. I think that they killed them. I think that they killed them. That's just, I would rather that there's a lot of races out there that we have a little bit more close to hand. But I'm not against it. I just don't see, I don't really see, I mean, it's very hard to model the Rangdang too. Like, for what they are, they're just, oh no, it's a slough, but still it's the same idea. It's very difficult to, I think that a lot of these heresy armies are just one-off mentions, to be totally honest. Do you think they would wipe out the current Imperium if they were still around? No. The Imperium, it might seem to the outside eye that the Imperium is in trouble, and in many ways it is, but the Imperium is a juggernaut. It is an enormous powerhouse in the galaxy. There's really only one power that's truly a threat to it, which is the Tyranids. Even the chaos at this point, spreading and all this stuff, it's very contrived. It's the ultimate power of the galaxy. Even the orcs, unless they organized much more clearly, would not be able to really put a death blow on the Imperium. I think the Rangdang, fought the Imperium at its earliest stages, well before it basically solidified itself as the master of the galaxy. I think they'd get crushed. I hate you so much, Jorg. Where did I become a clown? Oh, I don't remember. It's been so long since I read any of the Eisenhorn books. I really don't remember, Chris. I hate to tell you. I hate to tell you, mate. I hate to tell you. I don't know anything about Lego. Are Necrons a threat to the Imperium? In the long term, yes. In the short term, no. There are not enough awakened Necrons at this point to be a threat to the Imperium at this time. Are we allowed to mention the War of the Beast? No, I love the War of the Beast, man. Marcus, go ahead. My favorite part is where they killed the Imperial Fists. That's the best part of the War and the Beast, is when the Fists got killed. I loved reading that scene where they even extracted some of them from the surface, like, maybe we could save them! And then they fucking die on this ship anyway. It's like, oh, fuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen there, fellas. Uh-oh. It's not a good look. Spoken like a true Minotaurs player. Hey, man, I love the Imperial Fists, but they are dead. Like, the original incarnation of the Imperial Fists are dead and gone. Which is, you know, just is what it is. Yeah, I agree. The Beast kind of falls apart as a narrative as it goes on through the multiple books. I don't know who the Necrochuk are. I really don't. You already have that, Jurg. It's called the Space Wolves. They're the furry frontier, dude. The final furry frontier. No, dude, we need furry Vikings. Only Vikings which are furry. You know that, Jorg. That's the new race, actually. The Space Wolves. They'll just be their own race. You gotta love the part where the chapter master refuses to wear the helmet and then immediately gets shot in the head. I know, right? Like, no! Bang! Whoa! It's like, oh, shit. I know what the Slouthy were. I just don't remember what the Necrochuk were. Never thought of them that way, but I suppose. Yeah, like, just to move on a bit here, just because I think we've expired the Kroot, and I think we've expired the Slith because people didn't want to talk about them. I would say that, who would be down for a Lost in the Damned army that's a mixture of the Dark Mechanicum and the Traitor Guard? I would. I mean, it's an army that puts itself together. Do you really need to worry about... Like, I mean, think of how many kits have crossover already that you could just steal from the Imperium kits and add a sprue to it. You know, it just makes life easier. Era remembers a man who was brave enough to not wear a helmet in the Deathwatch RPG. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Oh boy, that was woo! That was a dead boy right there, friends. Yeah, the Lost and the Damned would be a fantastic addition to Warhammer 40,000 right now. Because, you know, we're lacking a true guard force for Chaos, even though it's the most common force for Chaos, and we're lacking Dark Mechanicum. Just combine them together. How's this a problem? Just, you know, have them do the fusion dance. They can become the new Lost and the Damned army, or whatever they want to call it that's copyright friendly. And you could basically just run Mortals of Chaos. I think that they're going to make the Mortals of Chaos increasingly a thing in the Chaos Space Marine book, though, which is so weird. Like, why? Then people have even less of an incentive to take Chaos Space Marines, because they're the worst part of their own book. Oh, God. Well, I figured out the best part of playing Chaos Space Marines is just not to play them, you know? I just, you know, I figured it out pretty quick here. I'm gonna play my Chaos Space Marines, okay? But I'm not gonna have any of them. I'm gonna have some cultists, okay? I'm gonna have some cultists. I'm gonna get some demon engines in there, and I'm gonna have a couple Chaos Space Marine characters, my dude. It's like, oh god. The base Chaos Space Marine is the worst unit in the book, and it will continue to be the worst unit in the book, even if it gets a second wound. Once again, the Traitor Guard and Blackstone were amazing. Just, yeah, it's like, fuck. You know, here's the thing people forget. To build a guard force is 3 box sets. Baseline infantry, heavy weapons team, and command squad. That's it. I would like a full range on Rogue Trader army. Why? They're not an army. They're just like they're a swashbuckler group of people. It was weird that they even did that whole release for them in the first place. Like Rogue Traders are not really like they're not an army. They're just a couple people on a boat. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know, they can contract out armies. But Jorg, I know you're trolling, but it just doesn't make any sense. We don't need that. Oh, man, we really don't need it. I'm okay with you having this opinion, but I don't even know if you're being sincere because you shitpost all the time. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Like we need armies that would actually be reflective of the tabletop. I don't like these armies that shouldn't exist being armies. Yeah, you could throw them in the Agents of Imperium book, I suppose. Eldar, now look at Chaos Space Marines. Oh, they're more durable than a lot of the Marines. A lot of them are coming with invuln saves now. I thought the Rogue Release Trader was good. They felt well into kill team. Sure, but they're not an army, though. Well, we aren't fielding a whole army on the tabletop anyway. That's fair enough. We need space pirates and rogue traders in the Inquisition, I guess. I just don't think those... I think those resources could be better spent elsewhere. What are rat ghouls? They're from a Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game. They've got like the lower body of like an arachnid or an insectoid, an upper body that looks human, and they've got like dangerous claw things. Like they're not very charitably kind. They're pretty horrifying. The rat ghoul. So these are them. I will put this in the art piece. They were created by Fantasy Flight Games, so I really don't think Games Workshop's going to touch them. Even though they have the rights to them, they don't tend to do that. This is them. This is the rat ghoul. A lot of people want them. I think it's an odd fit, not because I don't want them, you know, a new army. I'm sure they'd be fine as a new army, but they're not made by GW, right? Like, GW has a tendency to only embrace their own ideas, not other people's ideas. But that's a rat ghoul right there. I've been running Chaos Space Marines in Crusade with +1 wound, +1 attack. Can confirm no changes. Still bad. People don't use Tactical Marines for a reason. Bam! Mimo drops the hammer. It's right there. People think that there's going to be some salvation by giving them an extra wound. Sorry, boys. Ain't gonna happen. I have to point out there that to have 8 legs, they're technically spiders. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Good afternoon, Night Warden Gaming. Whalecome. Whalecome to the big red 40k stream. You know, like, I wouldn't mind seeing a rat ghoul army. I just want to make that perfectly clear. But Games Workshop themselves don't tend to... They don't tend to be into promoting other people's materials, especially if they started in another company, even if it was contracted out to them. Games Workshop didn't design it. In theory, it's part of the 40k universe, but it's just not something that they're going to expand upon later. This is not how they do business. It's not how they have that. It's not how they handle their interests. Which is unfortunate, but just the way that they tend to do things. If they didn't come up with it, they don't want to take care of it. No, I own 40 Tactical Marines, and that's just the bolter ones. They're not very good, Marcus. They're not very good. I'm gonna spoil it for you right now, buddy. Those Tactical Marines do what we call have a special feature called collecting dust. That's all they're good for. But no, it's been a great stream so far. We've gone on for an hour and 15 minutes. What else can we talk about? Men of Iron. I think we've kind of already touched on them. We talked about the old ones. We talked about the Thrud and Kroot, Slith. Independent Humans. I guess we could talk about them. Gravis Marines are the sexiest. If, as you know, Bonsai Kitty Gaming, we don't agree on that front, but I'm glad you like them. I will try my best to get those qualified for you as soon as I can. I actually have to do a bit of digging to get to those sprues, but I do have them. I at least have some. Poor Scrot Marines with their little legs and basic bolters. Oh, Krunk is just twisting the knife. Frickin' take it, Tactical Marines. Oh, just as he's dying on the vine in front of everybody. It's terrible. It's terrible. Krunk is a ruthless man. This is why you don't want to be near those Australian folk. They do terrible things to you. Oh, no! No! Just sitting there, it's like staring your friend in the eyes. He just fucking takes him out. He's like, this is what happens to all the fucking squat Marines, mate. This is fucking happens to all of them. I would like to see a full Ecclesiarchy army or force. More Priest HQ, I say. Yeah, they'll probably get that in the future. I think they really wanted to focus on the Cerritos part of that army. I would expect to see Priests and a few other units appear. But I expect it to still be... It's going to be like divided up like Custodes and Sisters of Silence, though. You might get some character models here or there, maybe one unit. I have 60 tacticals from my firstborn Dark Angels, part of a 100 Marine form of the 5th Company collecting dust. As I said, old Marines, they're not good models. They don't really hold up on the tabletop. It's just not a reason to really have them. That's not me. I'm not being negative when I say it. This is just the truth. People get mad when they hear you say it, but it's just like, man, old Marines just don't really... Like, yeah, GW's charitably allowing those rules to continue to exist, but they're not good. So you won't want them anyway. You'll want the better units regardless. They don't I sincerely doubt they sell almost any old Marines at this point. I just don't know who's out there buying them. I don't see them being bought. I don't see them being painted. I don't see them being collected in any serious way. So that's just what I see. That doesn't mean that, I'm perfectly correct or anything. It's just, I just don't see it. Where is it coming from, right? Like, it's just not it's, as far as I know, they're slowly crossing the Rubicon, I know. No, it burns my tacticals. Ooh. I'm buying them for bits. Yeah, that's about all people do, though, dude. I bought a box to test models, so there we go. But yeah, like, just as a whole, like, I just don't see it. I just don't see how they're going to be able to make a go of that, to be perfectly honest. I wish they could. That'd be fantastic. I think it would be great if they could find a way to make it work, but I just don't think that they can. And they'd need new models anyway. Do you think Space Marines making up 50+% of players, or do you think that new Tau and Eldar will shift some players? Tau sell very well. They sell very well regardless of how well the game does. They're actually one of the highest selling alien armies in Warhammer 40,000 period. I think that the big problem right now, the reason why... Have a great night, Jorg. Thank you very much. I don't need you to do any more promotional material for me. Thank you, though. I'm trying to find the right words here. The big reason why Space Marines now make up 50+% of the players is because Chaos Space Marines are a dead force. Chaos used to be the second highest selling range at Games Workshop. They were a huge seller. Like, they outsold all the aliens and other factions put together other than Space Marines. Like, the two rocks were Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines. And Space Marines outsold Chaos Space Marines by a fair margin, and Chaos outsold the rest of the range by a fair margin. And that was just kind of it. And now the Chaos side of that equation is dead. And they will continue to be dead for a long time. And that's what's disrupted the ecosystem. The ecosystem's been disrupted since 8th edition came out, and it's, just is what it is. Do they want to fix it? I don't know. They're making more money than they were before, so maybe they don't want to fix it. But I think Chaos will continue to decline in sales. I do not anticipate that Chaos Space Marines will do very well in terms of their overall sales. I think that even with a new book coming out, I think it'll be a brief jump start before it just goes back down the shitter. I think that Death Guard and Thousand Suns will probably do better for a while, but they too suffer similar problems, and they're just going to fall out of favor. This is my opinion. Again, this is just, I I'm just giving commentary. You know, you don't have to agree or believe me, you know, in that respect. You know, so that's just what I see happening. I don't see a good way for them to really add to that army list with the limitations they've put on it. If you put out an Ecclesiarchy Inquisition Codex, I'd start playing a 40k again. By the way, sorry, I broke the 6-picture rule for my stream models. Oh, that's easy. I'll just ban you from the Discord, dude. Don't worry about it, Lightweight Jive. What's the projection of the Firstborn? What's your projection for Firstborn to be fully mothballed? Oh, 5 to 10 years. 10 years if I'm being generous, 5 years if I'm being realistic. Somewhere in between is probably where it'll land. They just don't sell. Could Chaos Steel make their own Rubicon? Yeah, they could, but they're not going to let them do it because reasons. They don't want the two armies to be the same, but the more they try to keep them apart, the worse it gets for Chaos Space Marines. I suspect at some point in the future they'll just give up on that and they'll course correct really far in the other direction to the point where people will complain anyway. They should have had a clear-minded strategy for Chaos Space Marines, and it's just gibberish. It's gibberish. They listen to people for too long, in my opinion, saying, "I want old Marines." Nobody fucking wants them. The people who claim that they want old Marines don't show up and buy models. That's the truth. When you see people out there saying, I don't like Primaris, I want the old Marines. Well, how many fucking models are you buying? Oh, none? Sweet. You know, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, you have to look, the numbers are the numbers at a certain point. Ecclesiarchy already have their army. Oh, it's called Adeptus Sororitas, but by Imperial law, they can't have men under arms. I agree. Well, do you think the drop in Chaos is because of the split? No. I don't think Death Guard are doing particularly well right now either. There's a lot of people playing armies from 8th edition still for Death Guard, but I don't think their sales are very good. And I don't think that Thousand Suns... I think Thousand Suns got a boost for a short while, but I don't think that they're doing very well either. I think they're doing very poorly, actually. I think the whole range is doing poorly. If Death Guard didn't have its own range, I would have bought Chaos Space Marines. Yeah, again, like, maybe, but I'm just saying that Death Guard themselves, the majority of Death Guard players who I know are all legacy players who bought in at the beginning of 8th edition and have not bought a lot of additions to their army since then. I like Gold Marines. I just wish they went for a bit more Heresy era aesthetic rather than the gold trim everywhere. Well, they don't really have gold trim everywhere. That's just on the chest, really, for most Space Marines. I don't play, but collecting and building and painting last year, I've bought over 100 old Marines, so there are some of us. Wow, that's crazy, Anthony. That's not a bad thing. Like, you're definitely in an extraordinary minority. I don't know anybody who buys the old Marines. I know you online now, but like in terms of in real life, that stuff doesn't even go on the shelves anymore. Like, the local hobby shops don't want it if they send it out to them. Like, no, please don't do this to me. It's going to be a burden on my shelf. I want old Marines and I buy far more, too much Warhammer. Really? Oh, there we go. We got another old Marine player in the chat with Lightweight Jive. Man, as I said, like, a lot of shops don't even want them on their shelves. That's how bad it is. So if the shops don't want them on their shelves, that'll tell you something. Chaos Space Marines, I meant. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, they're going to keep them in that aesthetic no matter what they do with them. What World Eater specific units do you think we will get with their release? Ooh, interesting question. I would say you're going to get Cult Terminators. You're going to get Khorne Berserkers. You're going to get a Mortal unit, because you'll notice what they do. Hello, my friend's going to be listening to you for a while. Oh, yeah, that's no worries, Pizza. Welcome aboard. Whalecome, even. You will get a Mortal champion. You'll get a Mortal unit. So what it is with the Mortal units is you'll notice that the Thousand Suns got the Zangors, the Nurgle guys got Poxwalkers. There will be an allegory to that for the World Eaters. They will have some type of Mortal unit mixed into the army. Let's see what else we got going on here. I think that they will get unique demon engines, probably 2 of them. Which ones I don't know. But I can say Maybe they'll give them 2 types of Khorne Berserker. I don't know if they'll get Khorngors. They'll probably get a mortal unit, to be honest. Like, you have to remember, it'll be different from Zangors, and it'll be different from Poxwalkers. The Zangors were used because they just converted the AOS kit. It will be something that they don't convert. They'll probably release a full kit for it. You have to remember that there are only so many SKUs that they can put out at one time. So they're going to release Angron. They already have Karn, so we're not going to count that. So Angron is 1 SKU. Generic Chaos Lord, 2nd SKU. Or World Eater's Chaos Lord, 2nd SKU. So those are 2 SKUs right there. Khorne Berserkers, 3 SKUs. Cult Terminators, 4 SKUs. 2 Demon Engines, 6 SKUs. Mortal Champions of some sort, 7 sprues. The most they tend to do in a release is 9 sprues, so that really only leaves 2 more slots open for what they're going to get. It's hard to know. They will mix in some generic Chaos Demon Engines and things like that as well, but I expect to see something like that. You're probably going to get a couple of elite heroes. You'll notice that the Thousand Suns got the unit that are the elite, what's their name? They're the Exalted Sorcerers. And the Death Guard got a series of minor heroes like the Blight Spewer and what's his name? The Tallyman. You will notice similar characters for that also arrive, so that probably makes up the other 2 sprues, the other 2 SKUs. So it's probably going to be a 9 SKU release, would be my bet. That seems to be where they're comfortable doing it. Yeah, they'll also get the Khorne Lord of Skulls part of their army and stuff like that as well. So you can that's what I would expect to see. I would expect to see 9 SKUs come out for them in totality. That's just what I think. That doesn't mean that's what's going to happen, but that's what I think they're going to get. Oh boy. Let's see here. Chaos, Khorne, Cataphractide, Terminators. I don't know what Terminators they're going to get, Ira. I really don't. I couldn't tell you. Lord of Skulls has to be part of their army. Oh, sorry, yeah. Chaos should have Primaris, but they should be at least a more unique. Both Old Marines. Yeah, I agree. They should not be just intercessors. They should be their own thing. 4th edition Khorne was my first army. The old Demon Prince was so busted. Oh, I know, dude. It's so brutal. I love it. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, and vulnerable saves only because he was a monstrous creature. I know what you did. Do we have something like a lieutenant for Chaos? They used to, but they got rid of it. Chaos had the lieutenant back in 3rd and 4th edition, and Games Workshop said, no more lieutenants for you! And they haven't had one since. How many... Oh, Crunk, you know? How many SKUs do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be more or less? You don't have to tell me the numbers. Is it going to be more or less, Crunk? I bet it's less, isn't it? It's going to be 7? 6, 7? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're going down. We are going down. Oh boy, Crunk is now... It's got to be 8? No, I don't know if it'll be 8. Probably 7. I'm curious. Now I'm curious, Crunk. I know Val dished in chat one night along with the Marine releases. How many? You don't need to tell me what they are, but how many SKUs, Crunk? How many? How many? You have to tell me, Crunk. How many? Yeah, I think that Chaos Terminators look pretty cool. I agree with you, Lightweight Drive. Crunk's holding out on us, boys. That's what's happening here right now. Crunk's holding out on us. Trying to make us all look like fools. That's what Crunk's doing. What type of mod holds out on his administrator chapter like this? Come on, Crunk. We're not asking for unit types. We're just asking how many SKUs. Again, I think that it's going to be... Boo this man. I know, right? Look at this, guys, Crunk. Crunk, you're disappointing the whole audience, Crunk. Crunk, you were my brother. I don't think that the squat should be released at all. I think that they're an embarrassment and a chucklefuck army. So I agree with you, Ben. They shouldn't keep the same name. Ah, awesome. That's cool, Ira. Congratulations. Oh, see, there we go. There's the grim, dark truth of it all. Sorry, fellas, you're gonna only get a single demon engine, maybe an extra character. Oh. Ooh, it burns. Yeah, but even then, that doesn't sound like a lot of SKUs. It's probably gonna be less than 9, boys. You're getting less treatment than the Eldar did. Oh, that hurts. When the Eldar get a bigger release than the launch of the World Eater's army. I'm telling you, man, Games Workshop does not care about chaos. Games Workshop does not give a shit. I am sorry, fellas. It's not what I want to tell you. It's not what I want to tell you. It's what I gotta tell you. I'm not the one telling you these things. It just is what it is. The death... Dude, I'm still at work. Here we go again. The duffel bag of destruction, baby. We are throwing the World Eaters into the duffel bag of destruction. That's how this is happening, friends. It's got to be this way. There's no other choice. The duffel bag is getting primed. We're getting ready. The shaking has started a little bit. You were my brother, Crunk. I loved you. So, as a quick aside, I'm just the redheaded stepchild. Oh, all of Chaos Space Marines are the redheaded, both in the lore and on the tabletop. And in the model ranges. Oh boy. Oh boy, boys. Uh-oh, it's not a good look. Uh-oh. Will a squat fit in a barrel of a bolter? I mean, maybe. I don't even care. I don't care that much about those guys, man. He had the high ground, Crunk. Oh my god. Yeah, everybody has the high ground compared to those guys. No, it's bad luck, man. It's bad luck. How would you get Chaos to its place as the big bad and a fan favorite? Oh, it's too late. It's too late. It's a decade worth of damage done. A decade worth of damage has been done to Chaos Space Marines. It's going to be such a long rebuilding process, and it's going to basically involve ignoring all of the releases they've really done since 8th edition for Chaos Space Marines. So that means from those releases to the releases that are coming up now, all of them are basically useless. To get Chaos Space Marines as the core army back up to par, that's going to be hard, man. Oh, man. You have to build a whole new army, which is going to take 5 to 10 years, and they're not going to be interested in doing that. Like, that army is finished. Stick a fork in it. It's a legacy army at best now. They're getting new models, but they're for old kits. They need new units. They need new unit structure. They need a complete revamp from the bottom up. That's the way you've got to do it. That's what they did with the Space Marines. Doesn't mean you have to make them like the Space Marines. It means that they need similar treatment to the Space Marines, meaning that from the ground up, they got to be rebuilt. That's just the answer. And that takes time. That's 20 SKUs. They don't just release 20 SKUs for any army and have to slowly trickle out over time. They would basically have to give them some type of allegory to Primaris Marines, which will immediately make all the mini-Marines useless. Meaning all these mini-Marine developments, all these investments in these sprues have been a waste of time. The whole thing has been a total fucking waste of time. It's embarrassing. They're not going to ever replace Failbadon. They should, but they're not going to. The problem is the core army on every level. The whole range needs to be replaced, and so they've wasted their time. That's the part that makes me the most angry about it. It's just a total waste of time. Every release you see them get is basically them spinning their tires in the mud, stubbornly not wanting to admit that they fucked up, that they went with the wrong army concept and it just didn't land where it needed to land. Maybe they are. I don't think Death Guard have the best track record at the moment, but maybe. I haven't seen it personally, and I'm on a lot of Discords and a lot of subreddits, and I haven't seen a huge influx personally of Death Guard of various sorts. But maybe they are fine. But again, I'm not entirely sold on the idea that any of the Chaos factions are doing fine at the moment. And if Death Guard are the new poster boys for Chaos, then Chaos is in a bad place. I'd rather they did Dark Mechanicus because they're not going to fix Chaos Marines, so at least it would be something cool for Chaos. I agree with you. Have a great night, Mitchie. Thank you for being with us today. As always, you know I love you, brother. Yeah, like, they're not going to fix Chaos Space Marines. I personally don't see the love for Death Guard. I do have some friends who play Death Guard, but I don't personally see it. They're still mini Marines to me. They're not as bad off as Chaos Space Marines, because at least they're bloated. I'm already doing a loop animation of Nurgle demons pooping out Nurglings that march off screen. Ew. Ugh. I don't want that. Boo this man. Boo this man! Boo! So, what I'm going to do, guys, is I only brought one drink with me, and I am rather parched. I'm thirsty. So, I'm going to be back in just a minute. I'm just going to go downstairs. I'm going to grab a drink, and then I will be back upstairs. I will leave a piece of art up here in the meantime. We will find an appropriate piece of art for me to put up here. Something's going to go up there. What's cool? What's cool that we can throw up on stream? Got my Warhammer folder. Let's see. What's a cool thing? I know. This will be a fan favorite. I know you guys are all ardent supporters of this faction. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have fun! Welcome back, everyone. Oh, we have Ruski Bot who got banned. Ruski Bot. All right. Gonna flip this back over. Here we go. We're back. We're back in business, baby. I am not going to use that art piece, my friend. There's no way I will use that art piece, for it is besmirched. Besmirched by many things. They are there to drop a link that takes you to a bad place on the internet where they will try to infect your phone with ransomware. That's what I suspect. Hey boys, I'm putting up a preview vid of my latest animation in the duffel bag. I'm gonna go back to work later. Have a great night, Jive. Thank you for being here, my friend. As you know, we always appreciate it. Hey, Miles is here. Whalecome, Miles. Whalecome to the Big Red 40K stream. I hope you're having a good day. I myself am having a good day today. Look at us, enjoying our day together. It's amazing. Think of all the new and exciting activities we can all participate in together. So, let me think here for a moment. Let me think. What else can we do? Well, you know what? I think I'm going to work on the Chaos Knight for a bit. I will still be watching chat. As you guys know, I don't ignore the chat while I'm working on minis. But it's time. It's time. Because we have to put more Nuln Oil on the Chaos Knight. This is the way it's got to be, boys. How it's got to be. It's how it's got to be. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to go grab a thing of water here. As you can see, we've already finished the base. I love how the base turned out. It's probably my favorite base I've done so far. And if we take a look here about how this guy looks with the legs on it, very, very nice. I might put a little bit extra snow in a few places, but overall I think this is enough snow. Look at that. A blessed Chaos Knight with holy Noil, yes! Yes! I think we're looking pretty good here, boys. Looking pretty good. So, actually, yeah, I've already got this there, so that shouldn't matter. Let's get this stuff out of the way. The chain cannons, we're just doing the internal bits. Perfect. All right. It's snowing in my state. Oh, that sucks, Captain Azik. Red carapace on the night. No, blue carapace on the night for these guys, my friend. I want them to look almost a little bit more like Night Lords than Blood Angels. House Lilith. All right. All right. So, sure I have all the appropriate pieces here before I get started. Oh, I love the conversion I did on the backpack, just to make it a little bit more chaosy up top. This took a little while to do. I'm really happy with the outcome, though. The spikes up top. Right. So, let's just see here. Okay. Piece I keep misplacing. It's bothering me. Let us get out the sacred Nuln oil. This. Here. Nice soft bristles. It's very, very nice. Very, very nice. You guys hear me okay? Or do you guys need me to reposition my microphone, if I dare ask? It is heretical. That's correct, Tech Priest Gabriel. That's the fucking point. The point is that it's heretical. That's why we're doing it. Perfect. Can't wait for the new Chaos Knight to come out. I just can't justify buying it right now. Yeah, I don't really do the oil washes, man. I'm okay with the acrylic washes. I don't really like oil-based paints if I can avoid them. You know, to each their own, though. I'm not like, how dare you, Crunk? How dare you? You have to accept the Nuln oil in your life. You also have to remember I'm painting over top of this, and I don't really want to get involved with the oil paints in that respect either. Just not a fan. Used them before. Didn't really like it. Oh, this guy's gonna look great once it dries. I don't have enough date to stay on feed. See you tomorrow. Have a great one, Montgomery. Thank you as always for being here. I always appreciate having everybody on stream, guys. Sorry if I ignored the chat there for a moment. I just was really focused on trying to get this guy to... It's gonna look so good. I thought of doing a bunch of mixtures of metals on the interior, but then I realized I want the interior to not be a big focal point of where people's eyes are drawn to. I want it all to be the outer shell, so decided just to keep it mostly simple. After the fact, after the wash dries, I will be painting up a few minor components, just a different color, and I won't be using the same wash over top. I will be using a different color, probably a nightshade over top of it. For just a few components. Nothing in the leg actuators, just these little power baubles. So just anything that's a power bauble, I'm going to be hitting with a different color, and then I'm going to be hitting it with a blue wash. Any tips for washing a paint in a painting context? Use soap. Have a great night, Jason Schaefer. As always, we're always very happy to have you on stream. Everybody here, everybody who's having to depart over time, thank you all for being here. We're going to let these legs dry for a minute before I get back to her. Second here, just drying up the brush a little bit. We're just going to dry the brush here. I'm just going to let this dry. So that there. So let me think here. What could I offer for washing? Don't let it congeal too much in some areas unless you're looking for that very specific effect. That would be a big piece of advice on my part, of course. Don't use too much if you think that you don't need too much. You know, like you ideally... Also, I paint all my stuff in segments, so if you're going to be washing things, you know, just be careful. You know, pin washing is a very useful thing. I'm going to be pin washing the shit out of a lot of this. How can a Primarch clone who just wants to do the right thing to avoid the corruption of chaos and of malice and let people know that they're not Dark Angels asking for... How can a Primarch clone who just wants to do the right thing avoid the corruption of chaos and of malice and let people know they're not a Dark Angel? Well, I mean, the best way they could do that is through suicide, Slaith. They will let everyone know by taking their own lives. Now, I'm not that, like, and this is in Minecraft, of course. This is not in real life. But that would be the best path forward for that Primarch character. Would just be to extinguish their life precious, and that way, Yep, great tips from Krunk there as well. certain places I know are going to be covered by armored panels. So, it's a blessing at least. Funnily enough, as this guy dries, the main reason why I'm adding Null to this is I actually want the metal underneath to be very dark, like a blackened steel. I've thought of that. He keeps coming back due to a time loop. I'll let him know. Well, my friend, you are a traitor, and the only answer to that is for them to destroy themselves. Have a great night, Ira. Thanks as always for you to for coming on board, my dude. You know I love you, buddy. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah, what a great stream so far. What a great audience. What a great audience so far. What a great audience. No, thank you everybody who subscribed tonight so far. We've gained 3 subscribers tonight. We're net positive 3. So I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't thank you guys enough, but it's fantastic that 3 people signed up tonight. Any number above 1 is always the highlight of my day. I've got to be working on a bunch of videos, actually. I've got the scripts done. So those are coming up. One of them is a comedy video, and the other 2 are more serious. The comedy video is about me basically saying alternating activations are terrible for Warhammer 40,000. It's gonna be a fun video. You know what? Well, we're waiting for this to dry because that's gonna take a few minutes. I will actually go over some of the dialogue I have in it. Let's pull this back over here. We'll flip the camera back around. I tend to be a bit of a slow painter now when it comes to this stuff because I'd rather focus on the one piece at a time. I think he's looking good though. I like it. I like it. So, for the new video, let's go over alternating activations. Have a great night, Chris. You know we always appreciate having you here, dude. We'll catch you tomorrow. We'll catch you another day. We'll catch you at a better time. It's called... I don't know what I'm going to add as the name after the fact for the video, but I think it's going to be great. I really do. It's going to be a great video. I'll share the starter with you guys where I put, we live in a golden age. Never has the game been more balanced and more perfectly optimized than Warhammer 40,000 in 9th edition. Certainly, there are people who may complain, but those people are simple-minded and are unable to grasp the enormity of the true potential behind 9th edition. It is an edition, simply by playing it, which will inflate one's mind to incredible proportions, both physically and spiritually. That's the opener. I'm not going to go past that, but it's like 2 pages of bullshit. I had a blast writing it. I'm like, how are we going to do this one? Because, from time to time, I've got to put a video out like that. Yep, Crunk is right about contrast paints. It's the same way. Don't let it build up in the wrong areas where you don't want it to build up. But, yeah, no, it's... I look forward to recording for this one. It's going to be a botch, though, because the whole time I'm recording it, I have to not laugh, which... Damn, Bear. I need whoever writes this stuff to do mine. Yeah, I wonder who does that. But it's going to be good. I'm going to have a blast doing it. Like, I can already see, like, I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be super bunk. Which is why I'm excited to do it. I'm probably recording this one tonight, and I'm probably going to shift it into a video by editing tomorrow. It's only going to be 3 or 4 minutes long, probably. It's a meme video, obviously, so I have to get all the right images to go along with it and such. So that is coming, and I just have to figure out a title for it. Because right now I'm calling it Warhammer 40,000 Alternating Activations, but I don't want to call it that because I don't want to give too much away. Warhammer 40,000, maybe you're out of turn. I'm just not sure. It needs to be like a real bullshit name. That's what it's gotta be. It's gotta be that way, buddies. It's gotta be that way. I gotta figure that out. Oh man. Maybe I should call it Warhammer 40,000 Is It My Turn? I think that might be a good one. I think that might be the keeper, boys. I think together we have figured it out on stream that that's going to be the keeper. I think we're going to name it Is It My Turn? I think that's the right name. I think I missed something, but why do you think Chaos Space Marines are so far gone? Oh, This is such a long subject. So I personally believe that by Chaos Space Marines only getting kits that already existed, like Chaos Space Marines and Chosen and all that shit, they didn't get new units. They have to get a return on investment for those sprues. So those molds have to get a return on investment over time, which means that they're not going to invest in new units for them because they've already invested in remaking old units for them. And giving them new rules is going to be hard because what the problem isn't just the rules, the problem is the function of those units on the tabletop. And it's very hard to make them able to fit into the game in a way that people would want to play. On top of that, I think the models are ugly. I think that they look worse than their Primaris counterparts, and they're small, and their proportions are all off, even the new ones. So what that means is for the Chaos Space Marines, they're going to be shackled with these shitty units for 10 years. That's the truth. They're not getting it. The cavalry ain't coming because of the way that the business works. So they're hoping and praying that people are going to buy them. I think it's just going to be a dumpster fire. I think it's going to be a perpetual dumpster fire. I do not think that they will do well. I think that people might even buy 30k Marines just to work as their 40k Marines. It's going to be bad. Yeah, they've got disfigured legs, like, because their legs are all too small for the rest of their bodies. It's awesome. So no, I think that they're bad models. I don't think they look good. I think the entire art direction was flawed. I think the rules direction, like, because all they did was remake units that they already had. Well, the units they already had weren't good enough. Like, and so the problem becomes, like, well, a bolter is still a bolter. A missile launcher is still a missile launcher. Those are weapons that aren't going to improve. They're not going to make them better for Chaos and make them worse for old Marines. So the whole army, the best you can do is tweak them. So you're going to give them a second wound? That's not the problem. The problem is they have no damage output. They have no reliable damage output. They will still take casualties from damage to weapons like a hot damn. They're going to be bad in melee combat compared to their Imperial counterparts, which is the most common army in the game. So they're basically a B-list Space Marine army with some demon engines attached to it. And some Guard mixed in with it. Well, the Guard and the demon engines are better than the fucking Chaos Marines are. So they're a useless army. They're fundamentally useless. I would extend that further, that the Thousand Suns get some benefits, because at least they're a core concept that have been built outside of the Chaos Space Marine area. It's not because they got broken out of the book that made them better. It's that their army has an actual functional concept to it. The same thing with Death Guard. I don't think Death Guard or Thousand Suns are in a good place either, but they're in a better place than Chaos Space Marines because at least they're built on a solid concept. Miniature-wise, I think that they're genuinely miniatures. I think they're still badly proportioned. They're still not models I would personally want to own. If it's a bad model, I don't buy it. It's just that simple. They need more Primaris scaled stuff, like Havocs. Havocs are a great fucking unit. Havocs are the best fucking thing in the whole codex because they're a new army concept. Yeah, they remade the old unit, but it's a new concept. And they're bigger and they're the same size as Primaris. Everything should have gone over to Havoc scale. Don't call them Primaris. Call them whatever the fuck you want. It makes more sense. It makes more sense in the lore. As a result of them not doing this, they've basically condemned the Chaos Space Marines into obscurity until at least the late 2020s. It's going to be a bad army for at least 10 years, and even then you got to rebuild the whole army. You got to rebuild the whole fucking thing again. It's just it's a bad business decision. You're actually seeing something play out here. You're literally seeing when Games Workshop said that, like, okay, we're going to do a new concept for Space Marines, and people all bitched and they're like, I don't want fucking Primaris. Primaris are now the highest selling product in the history of Games Workshop. How are Chaos Space Marines doing? Which they did the opposite. They're like, we're not going to move these guys to Primaris. We're going to keep them old school Marines. People will appreciate that. They didn't fucking appreciate it, apparently. That didn't happen. Oh boy, there's a hot take for everybody. That didn't happen. It's a dead army, and it's going to keep being a dead army. And again, Death Guard and Thousand Suns are in a better place, but I think that they're treading water, which is a little bit different than the Chaos Space Marines who are drowning. A slightly nicer look. Oh, he's building to commando. That's right, Miles. Get out there. Get the boys right and sneaky. I love those commando minis, dude. Like, I can't wait to build my second squad. It'll be nice. But we have so many other projects to finish first, like the Chaos Knight. Speaking of which, we're going to flip back, my friends. Yes, I want to go back. All right. Mostly dry. Mostly dry. So good. Extra definition has been added. Now then, let's grab our tiny brush, or one of our tiny brushes. Let's get ourselves Balthazar gold. Just gonna paint a few panels. That's about it. I'm gonna move the chat window so I can actually see what you're saying. Chat window, you won't beat me this time. Hey, Big Red, what do you think about the change from starter boxes to combat patrol boxes? Do you think it's better or worse? I think it depends on the faction. For some factions, it's better, like Drukhari have an incredible starter box, like the combat patrol, I mean. For other factions, it's less good. It just depends on the actual army, for instance. That would be my my take on that. I think that it works for some armies and it doesn't work for others. Only the things that are power-based. This boy here. This portion of it. See here. Purple faces. Oh, boo. Open-ended death better than deaths in storytelling. No, I think death should be definitive when you want to do it, depending on the setting, though. But you know, depends on what you want, right? I prefer a death that is definitive in most settings. Again, that's not all settings. It's not to say that there's not a valid purpose behind mysterious deaths. But for me, when I write, I tend to make death conclusive. Again, unless it serves a better purpose in the story. If it's just to hold a character in reserve, you're better off making another character later. But that's just my writing advice. You don't need to listen to me. I'm just a schmuck on the internet. I'm going to be painting it a dark blue with red accents. So red is going to be the alternating color. So for the shoulder plates, these are going to be pure red. For the main body, it's going to be all blue. For the knee pads, it's going to be blue. No, sorry, for the lower legs, it'll be blue, but probably for the middle pads, it will be red. So it's going to be like a really dark red and a really dark blue across all of these platforms. And I'm going to alternate and mix up the colors between different knights, so I'm going to have a pattern of different colors per knight. I would love if the channel's successful and we're able to monetize this channel in an adequate way, Dubstep 2, I will probably end up building a very large Chaos Knight force. This is just the first night of them, but yeah, I would expect this guy to be of the dark blue color scheme. I'm working on how I'm going to get to that blue right now. On these, obviously on the model. I just have to determine what is going to be the best path forward for that. I actually don't think there's any other component. Oh no, I see them. I see them now. I'm looking forward to it being finished too. Like my Imperial Knights are already red and gray, so the Chaos Knights I really wanted to be a different color, which is going to be blue, mostly dark blue, but there will be some red on it in different areas. But it's going to be a very crimson red, very dark, very crimson, very sinister looking. I look forward to it. I might even alternate the colors around for some of them, just to be like, oh, this guy's an inverted color because that's the color of his own personal family heraldry. But the house name for my knights is going to be called House Lilith. That is the plan, Stan. Two more little areas there. If I ever see you painting a Demon of Malice, I'm going to be watching you with... Dude, I would paint a Demon of Malice. Absolutely I would. I like Malice. If they decided to bring in Malice as an actual Chaos God in 40k again, I would be supportive of that. I don't think that they will, but if they did do it, I'd be down. I'd be down to clown. You know my tricks. What, with me just being honest to the camera? That's the thing. Like, people ask me questions and I'll give them the honest answer. Sometimes they get mad at me. They're like, "How dare you?" It's like, man, I'm just doing what you asked me to do, dog. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. That's all I know what to do. Last component to be applied. The Balthazar gold is coming right up. At least on the legs. Before we move up to the next components. There we go. Wham bam. No worries, dude. I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Do you have any lore? Well, do you have any lore for what the F is happening to the Warp Talons? Who or what is giving them their powers? Well, they get different marks of chaos, York. They 100% get different marks of chaos. So as a result, I would presume they're just getting their powers from chaos itself. How they're getting those powers from chaos, that's a bit more up in the air. But that is, they're getting them. That's where they're getting them from. They're getting them from chaos. So, yeah, like GW has opted not to explain that particularly deeply. That's sometimes just how GW rules. But yeah, they're getting them from chaos. There you go, buddy. Hope this is a satisfactory answer for you. I'm aware that it is not, in fact, a satisfactory answer, but it's the only answer I can give you right now, unfortunately. Love how intimidating this thing looks. It's gonna look so cool once it's all on the winter base, too. So excited for that. I mean, look at this thing. Such a nice contrast, such dark colors over top of the really light base. It's gonna just hit it so well. Oh man, having the whole Chaos Knight army like this too is gonna be fucking chill. Dubstep. Get into a new apartment at the beginning of last year, and now I have the space for everything I wanted. I started with the help of my trusty 3D printer. Oh boy! One half of the wall with 10 pieces left, 10 pieces right. Cool. With a golden door in the middle of the space for every Primarch, but only if they have a model in 40k. That's fucking cool, Dubstep. Oh, I forgot to mention Dubstep. I don't know if you know this. We have the Discord up. If you want to join us on Discord, you can actually find the join link in the description for the video here. Feel free to join us. We do Sunday stream models starting this Sunday. So just FYI, this Sunday is going to be the big opening of Sunday stream models. We're going to go over everyone's submission who submitted up to 6 images throughout the week. We're going to go over all of it. We're going to go over all of it in detail. It is the community stream that day. So make no mistake, that is coming. If you are interested in participating, I would encourage you to join the Discord, because that is what we're going to do. If you have any friends who want to show off their models on Discord too, they can just be invited to the Discord. They don't need to be subscribers to the channel. It's a free and open Discord for anyone who wants to join it. So it is the Underhive Discord for the Big Red 40k stream. It is time for the next component. Just give me 1 second here, boys. I've received a DM, have I? Have I? Oof. Crunk, you're a ruthless man. I hope you're aware of that. I hope you're aware of that, Crunk. I hope you're aware of how ruthless you are. Alright, we're back. We're back at it, baby. Okay, so main body, we're going to be hitting this with Null Oil, much as we did the previous component, as you can all know. So, I'm going to get these legs out of the way for now. Arms last, I suspect. Easier just to do this one half at a time, I also suspect. So, go through one half of it with all this beautiful, beautiful Null Oil. Little secrets. Delicious. Just be 1 second here, Thomas. Just gonna wash this brush off in a more proper way. Go. I have returned, everyone. It's very therapeutic doing it too, mate. I'm joining someone over there. Who are you joining? Dubstep? No, it's the Underhive, dude. It's the channel. It's the channel's official Discord, my dude. That's what the Underhive is, friend. There's something there. Yeah, like it's very calming. You know, even as the person doing it, of course. It's a very it's a really relaxing process. This was actually the only thing I could really do that still relaxed me when I was in the latter stages of my job. I could sit down and I could paint for a couple hours, and for a little while I'd be able to get my troubles. It was very relaxing. The Drakenhof Nightshade I'm applying instead of the Nuln Oil in some of these areas because it gives a colder look, and because he's on an Arctic planet. That's kind of what I want to convey. I do want the dark steel underneath, and I didn't want it to be tainted blue. I kind of got both. Both, if that makes sense, Thomas. I asked them for the layoff, and they granted it to me. I would have quit otherwise. They do want to see... They might want me back in 3 months. In a different role in the company, which would be, you know, something I want to explore as well. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, I'm just waiting right now to see. Right now, I'm just focusing on the channel. I've got my unemployment insurance for the time being, which I will finish my application for tomorrow. They finished all the paperwork on their end. I now get to apply for it, and yeah, we're just going to be doing this for the next 3 months straight, making videos, making content. And, you know, making a go of it. And, you know, in 12 weeks, I'll be talking to them again. We will see what they would like to do and what I would like to do. Hopefully, we can reach an arrangement of something. If, you know, unless I'm very comfortable doing this, right? You know, like, that's just how it is. It's just life. I had to buy a new phone, though, because I only used my work phone before. And so now I'm going to have a new phone that is going to arrive in a week and a half. In the meantime, I will just have to act like a peasant without a cell phone. But that's just, you know, this is the way things are. It's not necessarily good or bad or whatever. It just is what it is. Yeah, it gives me 3 months to give the channel a big push. 3 months just to not be in a really bad situation with stress. Like someone on the Discord commented the other day, you know, not to, you know, have any worries that might be, you know, bigger problems. I'm like, man, I don't have any issues with like wanting to harm myself in any way. I was more worried about having a heart attack, like just from the stress. Like I was under so much pressure and stress, I felt like I was gonna like, you know, just lop over. And I feel so much better already. I can't tell you enough. Like, I feel so good compared to what I felt, and it's only been a few days. I didn't really want to use phone. I also got a pretty nice phone. So I didn't spend a grand on a phone or anything like that. You have to also remember I'm going to be using a phone as a halfway point as well. So you know, like I use it for taking pictures of miniatures that we finish on stream and stuff like that. So I bought it cost me about $300. I bought a Samsung A12. So that is what I ran onto there, and it's not bad. No, sorry, A32. I got the mid-tier one. And yeah, like I've got a warranty on it in case anything goes wrong. I don't really like to buy used, especially with phones, because you don't get a good enough deal. Like, what color would benefit more from using Drakenhof Nightshade instead of Nuln Oil? Jorg, I would actually rather ask, what scenery am I putting with? I use Drakenhof Nightshade more often as a color like that when it's a colder climate. Yeah, health is so much more important, man. Like, I've been eating better. I've been sleeping better. Oh man, like I slept twice in the last 13 hours. I slept 6.5 hours last night, and I got a nap for 2 hours in before the second stream today. Like, I really do feel like a new man. It's been a really wonderful experience so far. You know, I still have money in the bank. I have not been spending an overabundance of cash. I've been very frugal with what I've been up to, which is a good thing. You know, I'm not just running out and buying a bunch of miniatures and shit. Like, I really didn't want to buy a phone yesterday either. It was unfortunate. I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. But, you know, it's something I felt I needed to do, so I did. So we got a new phone that will be showing up for me on, I think, January 20-something, so in about a week. So yeah, that's all. Everything's moving as I expect it to be moving, which is a good thing. Have a great night, Tech Priest Gabriel. You always know that I'm happy to see you, dude. I must go. The Forge Roll requires my intestine. Plus, I have to have a chat with an Inquisitor about messing with our STC's bloody idiotic flesh bags. Please take good care and good luck. I will take care. Thank you very much for being here, Tech Priest Gabriel. You know I always like seeing you around. Yeah, tonight I'm actually going to be mixing the paint that I'm going to be using for my knights. That's going to be going in this pot here. So, because I'm going to be airbrushing most of these panels, so that's just the way it's going to be. It's going to be pretty cool. Gonna look very cool, I think. Yeah, like you know, it's a really great experience so far. Do you think about Yeah, a lot of people magnetize their knights. I don't. I fully assemble mine because I have a pose in mind that I wanted to do. How do you feel about GW AdMech range? They put a lot of effort into the AdMech range, my friend. I think they have some very beautiful models. In fact, if I look at how I rated them, because I actually did a rating for them on stream. Yes, we did that for the AdMech. I gave the Marshal a 9 out of 10. I don't like the Castellan robots. I think they look like garbage. They gave them a 3 out of 10. Raiders, 8.5. Tech Priest Manipulatus, 7.5. Strapdoors, 4 out of 10. Sidonian, 8 out of 10. Skitari Rangers, 6.5 out of 10. Tech Priest Dominatus, 6 out of 10. Dune Crawlers, 7.5 out of 10. Breachers, 8.5 out of 10. 6.5 for the Vanguard. 6.5 for the Infiltrator. 7.5 for the Tech Priest Engineer. The Patalaxari, I gave a 9 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 for the Sulphur Hounds. The Dune Riders, I gave a 7.5. And the Disintegrator, I gave a 9 out of 10. So I'm a big fan of the range. Alright. My man. Okay. Now time for yet more. No. Have a great time, Thomas. Thanks for joining us, mate. Second here, fellas. Just gonna... everything I need to there. Last piece to do on the body, which is the back piece. Very acceptable. We still have 18 viewers, 2.5 hours in. Wow, we're doing... Oh, wait! We're doing pretty good tonight, fellas. We're doing pretty good. Having fun, painting models, doing things. You know, the things and the stuff at the same time. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty lit. 19! See, I just had to mention it, and the number got higher. Look at our power now! I'm going to flip back for some FaceTime while I wait for that to dry. That's going to take a while. So just give me a few seconds here, boys. We're going to flip this back over to here. We're going to do all the nice things for the nice people. The purest perfection is the only purpose in life. The true perfection is beyond that of Slanesh. Ah, well, don't we have a heretic on our hands? Watching Bear paint was silent intent. I'm hoping that Rogel Dorn tank looks like a 21st century... Yeah, I hope it does look like an actual fucking vehicle. Like, I would even take a World War II tank. Like, you have to understand that Guard tanks look worse than World War I tanks. They're less functional than the World War I tanks. It's embarrassing. Come on, Dubstep. It ain't late. Come on then, mate. Come on there, fucking mate. If I can fucking be up at this time, so can fucking you, mate. That's all I'm saying. You just need to get your shit together, mate. Your question? You had a question? Does attempting perfect of oneself can achieve something to the perfect to automatically make one corrupt towards Slanesh? No, but the obsession with perfection does make you corrupted with Slanesh. Oh, he's in Austria. Ah, it's the same fucking thing, mate. I don't fucking see the difference here. Australasia is the same fucking place as anywhere else with an Aust in it. It's gonna be great, guys. Yeah, look at that. You could feel the power of my reading comprehension accelerating with every moment. What a great day today it's been, though. I'm really happy with how the stream turned out today. I've still got a fair bit of energy to keep going, so I think we're gonna probably keep this going until about 5 o'clock my time. So, welcome to the family, friend. Welcome to the family, Dubstep. Just don't fuck with the emus. Hey, man, I'm not an American, there, Eddie Meekin. That's a dangerous comparison to be making. Oh. Aries, do you want to be on stream, buddy? You want to come here? Aries, come on. Come on. Just gonna bend over to pick you up. Okay, buddy. Oh. How you doing there, buddy? Hmm? You feeling alright there, buddy? Are you happy to be up here finally? You've wanted attention for a while. We've now got Aries on stream, boys. This is the Aries stream for at least a few minutes. Isn't it, Aries? Hmm? Who's a good boy? Who's Mr. Snuggles, You're just a good boy, aren't you, buddy? You gonna give me some sniffs? Oh. Look at Mr. Sniffs, huh? Look at Mr. Sniffs go! Lieutenant Aries of the Fuzzy Ears Company of the Minotaurs. Look at them. Look at how fuzzy and large they are. You having a good time, buddy? You don't like being up here, but you don't want me to put you down because you just want to be all... You want to be the center of my attention, don't you, buddy? Is that what you want? I know you've been bugging me for a while to get more attention on stream. I know. I'm trying to be entertaining to the people. I'm trying to be entertaining to the people. Ears. Look at your ears. Does that feel good, buddy? Oh, it looks like it does. Feel good, buddy? Oh, you look happy with that. What was that, buddy? How would you design an assault gun? Whatever that is. Been rereading some of the books of assault guns used by IW. Thunderstrike Assault Tank. This has got me thinking, next project, yay. I would build one to look like a Sturmgeschütz, my friend. The Sturmgeschütz was the most successful assault gun in history. No vehicle has ever been as successful as this. In fact, the Sturmgeschütz is probably the most successful tank ever built. It functioned in multiple roles. It knocked out more enemy vehicles than any other type of armored fighting vehicle ever. It is the most successful armored fighting vehicle in history. The Hypno Dog. The Hypno Dog. He doesn't even stare into the camera, boys. Oh, he's starting to stare a little bit. He's staring at the camera. Run for your lives, men! Run for your lives! The dog has cometh! The Sturmgeschütz, yeah, the Stug. The Stug is the most successful assault gun in history. He really is staring right at the camera right now. How does he know? How does he know? You're better at looking at the camera than I am, Aries. It's so funny. You're a funny dog, aren't you? Yeah, he's side-eyeing the camera. He doesn't like the camera. That's funny. You're a funny boy. Hey, Hamish, how you been? You've been quiet all chat. What have I done to deserve this torment, Hamish? Why do you hate me? I thought we were friends. One thing I am going to be doing tonight, which is a bit scary, is after the stream, I am going to have to airbrush on some Drakenhof Nightshade, and that's always really weak. I always am afraid of airbrushing washes. I hate it if the spotty effect comes out, so I'm going to do it on one armor panel first and see if it works, and if not, I have to respray that panel and just pretend that never happened. This guy's not going to need multi coats of paint, thankfully, so it's going to be a fairly simple process to get the color on this night. I've been looking for a while painting for a change rather than this chatting shit. That's a good thing, man. That's good. That's what I want people doing. I want everybody painting. I want people getting their miniatures ready. Aries puts up with so much of Bear's bullshit. He gets booped. He gets told to not to sit on him. Then it doesn't go all Bear's attention. He practically... Oh, you're so mean. You're mean, Slaith. Poor Aries. Are you okay, buddy? What you wanted? You said you wanted all this attention. Eh? Didn't you want all the attention? What is it? Mr. Ears. Yeah, Mr. Ears. You're so lucky. You're so lucky. Who's so lucky? Aries. Oh, hello. Yes, hello, Aries. Oh, yes, hello. Oh. What is it? You're listening for something, aren't you? Or what are you listening for, Aries? What's with your nose? What's with your nose? Oh. Okay. We'll let you down. Oh, there you go. Good boy. Hey, man, that's not a good thing. It's a great thing. Never doing that again with my airbrush. The AK Interactive streaking grimes of those. Oh yeah, shit, dude. Yeah, you can get them to go over correctly, but it's just it's a difficult process to do. Who the hell's Tony? Here's Samus. Oh boy. Let's hit this here. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here so far. We're going to get back to painting the night in a minute. But it's been great having so many people showing up on stream every day. Like, I can't believe that we peaked it today. I think like 46 people watching at peak time. Like, that's crazy. What do you mean I'm a heathen? I don't know who fucking Tony is. What are you talking about, Crunk? I don't know who your young cat is, Slaith. I don't think I've ever seen you use him on stream. I've been only in and out of streams. I don't know your cat. What do you want? What do you want to fight me over? You want to fight me over it, Slaith? Is that it? You gonna come here from Winnipeg and fight me? Is that how this is gonna go, Slaith? Is that how this is going down? Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic couple days now. I'm just helping answer the question. I didn't know that. Is that what you want, Slaith? Do you want to fucking fight me? You imagine that? Somebody having an actual meltdown over it? That'd be fantastic. It's like, oh my god. Look at this guy blow up. Oh man. Have you ever... You guys have to have seen that in public before where somebody just blows up over nothing. You're like, oh, I've been there. Very rarely, but I've participated in it like twice as an adult, and like almost like, you know, but watching it go down from other people, you're like, ooh, eyes bulging out of your head. I'm sitting here, and now suddenly the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme starts playing in real life. Oh boy. Da, 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 da. It's the best. It's the best. For the record, that show itself is actually quite amazing. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think my favorite episode's the one where Jamie Foxx... Is it Jamie Foxx? No, Michael J. Fox. And his Parkinson's disease, which only seems to go off whenever it benefits him. And you can see, like... you can see... fucking Larry David the whole time, like, this guy's faking it. Oh yeah, Larry David's a superb writer and director. And Frank is going on to say, I hope you, Dave, nobody disrespects Tony. Nobody disrespects Tony. I know Tony is one of my boys. See here. I think we're going to get back to painting, though, boys. That's what I think we're going to do in just a second here. Hey, Tony! So we're going to flip back over. The stream, again, we're going to be running probably for another hour before I wind her down. So just giving everybody a heads up that we've got an hour left in the tank. So we're not done yet. Bam. Should be nice and dry now. Yep, looks good. looking pretty good. Whoa! Looking pretty good here, fellas. Left, right. This. Head. What does everybody want? You should put the remnants of the Interx into 40k robots with bow and arrows and giant centaur mechs. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna. Gabagooli man, bring it. Just wait till Russ. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome when Russ is back, dude. The Wolf King, dude. He's awesome. I fucking love Lehman Russ. I can't wait to see him back. I would rather have him than the Lion any day of the week and twice on Sundays. Definitely. He's Chad Brodius Maximus next to the Lion. It's 2 limbs left. Might as well just tank our way through. Let's get most of them done. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Bit by bit, brick by brick, the wall is built. The last wall! Ah, Commando Sculpt is ready to go. I was actually surprised a Legion Pantera summed up like that. None of the Primarch's links are felines. I don't know about that. One of the reasons why is because outside of lions, most felines are actually the lion from the Dark Angels, dude. They call him the lion, but lions are the only pack hunters out of most of the known felinid species at this time. That would probably be why. But at least that would be my suspicion anyway. most Space Marines pack hunters. So dogs and wolves make a lot more sense in terms of how they're supposed to function. They're not a bunch of individually powerful warriors. They are a bunch of, they're a unit. Let's do the upper part of these arms once these things dry. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, I suspect. Looking away some of the excess here. Should keep a good thing going. I'm gonna go watch this brush off. I'll be right back, boys. Turn! Fear not, for the big red bear is back. Oh. We actually want Space Marines with cat ears running around. Yes, we do, Oliver! That's what we want! We want Space Marines with cat ears! Oliver, I don't know if you're on our Discord, but remember, we do have a Discord now for the channel. Feel free to join up. It is in the link in the description. You can join at no problem on your own. Also, as a quick reminder to anyone who's new in the chat so far, if you're enjoying your time here, please consider hitting that like button. It does help the channel. Please hit the like button. Please! It does help the channel when you hit the like button. So just giving you guys a heads up on that front. It increases the interactions. It allows YouTubius Maximus to see our power in the name of the YouTube empire. Marines with cat ears were thrown into the duffel bag. They had to enter the duffel bag of destruction. We've gained a subscriber, Oliver. Whalecome. Whalecome to the channel. We are now, I think, oh my god, are we almost there? Oliver, oh wow, we are 41 subscribers away, guys. 41 subscribers away to the goal of the channel for this month to hit 1,000 subscribers. I can't thank everybody in chat enough. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're building an awesome community here. I can't wait till Sunday. Sunday stream models, you will find it in our Discord. It is going to be all the models we go over this Sunday. It's going to be the biggest stream this channel does every single week. And it's going to be almost entirely dedicated to what you guys, the community, have put together, what you've built, what's on your table, what you've been converting every single week. It's going to be fucking amazing. The Second Legion, yeah, they had the cat ears. They had to go. It's all thrown aside. The Emperor's like, these things displease me. My Emperor, you designed them yourself. They displease me. Oh no, my Emperor, please, no, not again. Their existence is irrelevant to the God. Is gone. Every last one of them. You can see what a sick monster the Emperor is, my guys. Sick in the head. All right. As the founder of the Duffel Bag of Destruction, I can declare Cat Marines unwelcome. All of the Cat Marines will be tossed within the Duffel Bag at the discretion of the channel, my friend. There will be no cat-based Space Marines. There will only be the destruction of those who promote the cat-based Space Marines. They will be destroyed as they deserve to be destroyed. Primarch Felix Max Midness. Oh my god, Felix Midness! Oh my god! Oh my god, we're doing it. That's the one, Oliver. That's the keeper right there. The Feline 2nd Legion led by Wolf All Jameson. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What have we unleashed upon this world? I am not responsible for these crimes, I tell you. I am simply the messenger. It's so fun. Definitely dig the effect that this metal has across the whole chassis. I love the dark metal. Just that dark, ominous metal this thing has. I think it looks so fucking cool. Down like a clown, Charlie Brown. This looks really cool. I can't wait to do more of this. I gotta work on some videos tonight after this is done, unfortunately, but like, this thing's turning out to be really fucking cool. Definitely a big plus. This is all said and done. Bear, you're a word bear fan. What's the quote about demons being relatives to where you are standing, time, or something like that? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by that, Byron? I just want to make sure that I'm answering this question correctly. This is going to be awesome. Once the Screamer mask is up here as he shrieks into the void, firing his twin Avenger Gatling cannons. Amar Astartes brought her cat to work and was corrupted the 2nd and 11th Primarch samples. They had to be purged and stop the rampant yipping. Oh, the yipping open in the warp. Oh my god. The great Yip War that actually led to the destruction of those Primarchs. It was the Yip War, dude. We now see it for what it is. It was the Great Yip War. Through the lens of history, we can in fact see that we know the true name of this conflict. It was the Yip War. The amount of yipping was just too much for the Emperor to handle. They have the entire crop purged. That's gonna look cool. That's gonna look cool. It's this mask of death walking forward. Have a great night, Hamish. As always, thank you very much for being here, man. You know I appreciate it. We'll catch you next time, man. It's the line from one of the books about one person's demon, maybe another person's savior, I do believe. Yeah, it's, they basically, they're not really, they're just the Neverborn, is the way that the word bearers put it. Like, they just view them as these sentient entities of the warp that were never born. And it is somewhat true. They're just, you know, parts of the warp itself that never made its way into reality. Going to be making this piece a flesh-colored banner at the bottom with a red writing and demonic script all over the bottom. And chaos symbols and stuff like that. It's going to be real fucking cool. Behold the Dark Masters of Chaos. My plan, again, if we are able to make this work, and if I can continue to collect, the newer models over time, depending on how the channel does, is I would not mind having one knight with each of the head options that they give you. So 4 heads for just the basic Chaos Knights. Though I would like to wait for a new kit to come out that gives additional weapon options, because right now I think the main ones they give you in the main box are undergunned, which is why I built the Knight Despoiler, the twin Avenger Gatling cannons. I probably am not going to build any 2 Chaos Knights exactly the same. My next one will probably be twin thermal cannons if I do another one. So that is a big if, of course, because, we never really know. It'll depend on how well the channel does. I've got a lot of models to build between now and then, too. So it's not an immediate concern for me. You can already see kind of how this guy's going to come together. I think he's going to look amazing. Ship-based fortress and monastery, the litter box. Oh, no! Lehman Russ was spared from the Yif Purge because he was the goodest boy. Oh, terrible! What type of community am I building here? You were supposed to be the chosen ones, not these Yif impersonators. No, chat, don't fall for their dark temptations. This is gonna look cool. Look at that. Then with the twin cannons, one on each side. This is the overall finished pose I'm thinking of doing. I might twist the torso more this way. Nah, dude. Nope. Didn't fall off. Fuck you, Crunk. You didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted. But this is going to be the overall pose of the model when it's all said and done, with the face looking straight forward, just like this. Just screaming outwards. Harvesting souls as it goes. Delicious. Almost enough to... I think he's going to be a beautiful model when it's all said and done. I really do. I'm really looking forward to this one. If I had an unlimited amount of money, I would have 8 of these. I really would. I would have 4 of the current ones. I would buy at least 1 of the new big ones, and then I would be looking into what other options I could do to get more of them. I'm really hoping, and I really mean this, I'm really hoping that in the new release that they add an upgrade sprue to this kit to make it more worthwhile on its own. It is not really all that worthwhile with just the laser destructor as a weapon. It needs more weapons, and it needs a backpack-based weapon as well. But thankfully they give you the Knight Desecrator. Or sorry, the Knight Despoiler. So the Knight Despoiler is going to be my knight of choice for these guys. I will continue to build and paint them. They are completely valid in the current codex. I don't think that Games Workshop's going to get rid of them anytime soon. And yeah, I'm going to have 2 Knight Despoilers to start with. If I can afford to grab another knight, I will be buying a second Knight Despoiler, which will be one with twin thermal cannons instead of the twin Gatling cannons. So that is a big move for me, in terms of what I would like to do. I have an extra rocket pack, but I do need at least 1 more because my next Imperial Knight also needs a rocket pack, and I'm running out of them. I've only got one more after this, and it's going to be an up toss between which knight gets it. But I would love to have just an enormous Chaos Knight army. I love the imagery behind them, and it would go really well with my Demons of Chaos. All of them on the glacial world. I think that I love how dark the metal is underneath right now too. I think it's going to look so sharp with the blue and the red and everything like that that goes on over top of all this. I think that I'm hitting a really good color scheme here, so I'm hoping that it works out. I'm hoping that you guys think it's worked out too. The difference between gods and demons is largely dependent on where one is standing at the time. Lorgar found it. I thought it was a great statement. It is a great statement. You know, like the word bearers have a lot of true things that they believe, regardless of what you think of the word bearers. But yeah, I'll do a video for my Chaos Knight as well, describing like the house they come from at some point in the future too. I think that would be very exciting to do, and I would like to do it. So overall, I'm really pleased with how these Chaos Knights look. I really am. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They're easier to build than the Imperial Knights, despite looking more complex, which is a really big boon of what I can say. That's gonna look fucking wicked. That's gonna look wicked. Oh man, this thing's gonna look just like a badass. But one thing I am intending on doing is I am gonna mix up the paints for each one of them. So yes, they're all gonna be red and dark blue, but I will be mixing which panels are different colors with each passing knight, because I think each knight should be unique. So in this guy's case, it's going to be very monocolor in different areas. So like the shoulders will be red, maybe the armor panels and the guns will be red, maybe. But all the legs are probably going to be blue, the body's going to be blue, the head crest is going to be blue, the backpack will be blue. So probably the arms will be red entirely, with the rest of the body being that blue and the decals applied. And then I'm going to mix up those panel colors for the next one I do, where maybe the parts of the legs are the red on the next one, with one panel being red on each shoulder. So like, I think each individual knight's heraldry should be truly unique, because that basically describes, it's like a family heraldry for anyone who's a part of these houses. Each knight should be riding into battle with their own heraldry, at least in my opinion. So, awesome. Knights are great, such great models and fun to build. I know some people hate them in game, but they look so good. Yeah, like, and again, I'm not doing this for the game anyway. Like, you know, I'm not really a big guy into the game at this point. I think that the game is not the best it's been, to put it lightly. To be generous, to my counterparts who still enjoy the game very much, who have completely valid opinions enjoying the game in its current form. But for me, I'm a big advocate for just building what you want to build. That's actually going to be like some of the content coming out for the channel in the near future. It's going to be some great stuff. Like, you know, just talking about like being passionate about what you love in Warhammer 40,000. I can't stress that enough. That's what you should be doing. Like, the game itself, you don't need to worry about the game. Like, you know what? I had started to enjoy this game significantly more once I learned to drop a lot of the bullshit in terms of the game and things like that. Like, it's the actual game is the part oh yeah, 9th is not great. That is the grim dark truth of the age we live in. 9th edition is not in a good state. You know, like, and you know, part of what I'm going to be doing on channel is kind of helping with that, pointing out that, you know what, guys, just ignore it. Play older editions, have fun. You know, get a group of people together who just paints every once in a while together. You can paint with each other through Skype or through Discord or through any other series of of community chats. You could paint in person with friends at your hobby shop. When I started to finally enjoy painting, after I'd played the game for 15 years, I'd been playing for 15 years before I genuinely started to enjoy the painting aspect of Warhammer 40,000. I have come now so far along in terms of what I love about this hobby. And I can thank people in a nearby city where I was playing and painting at the time. We had paint night every Thursday night. It would go all the way to 2 or 3 in the morning. It'd start at like 6. And like, yeah, you sat down, you talked with 20 other people in the room, all of you shooting the shit. They had a movie on in the background. Everybody's watching the movie, shifting around, painting, teaching each other techniques the whole time. Like, that's what made me a better painter. It started me down a path where I've ended up now, where the game itself is secondary to me. It's a tertiary experience. The real experience for me is building and painting beautiful armies that I just want to see. Like, you know, that I'm building them for myself. Hey, Oliver. Yeah, I can answer that for you. So, Oliver, what's basically happened is that they've introduced a lot of mechanics to the game to try to speed the game up that overly complicate the game, that actually slow the game down. So the game is complicated, unbalanced, and it's not all that friendly to people who just want to sit down and play a game for fun. It's not a beer and pretzels game at this point, which is kind of what Warhammer started as. It has a lot of fundamental problems with the way the armies work, but don't let that scare you off. A lot of people can still really enjoy Warhammer 40,000. I am an advocate for people trying things out, playing games that they think that they're going to enjoy. So don't just take some word from it from some asshole on the internet. You know, like, there's a lot to it. You'll always find people who are complaining about Warhammer 40,000. So there is, you know, even when times were good, people will complain. So you have to remember that it is subjective. It is where you're standing. For myself personally, I enjoyed 8th edition for the first half of 8th. I thought 6th and 7th weren't great. 3rd, 4th, and 5th were the best editions of Warhammer 40,000 for me as a player, and I think that they offered the best experience. But 8th was pretty good. I didn't mind 8th until near the end, because 8th kind of started in the direction of what 9th is doing now. And 9th, it's a very convoluted game. I think it's overly complicated, and I really think that they kind of know it, because they've even their own internal survey, they're beginning to realize, like, shit, people aren't playing. Why aren't people playing? They're buying models, but they're not playing the game. What's up? They did not believe it was related to Nurgle's Plague. They believe it's related to other things. I actually have a video that I'm working on actually addressing this, and it's actually a positive video, because it shows that Games Workshop is understands. Like, they do get it. It's just these things are going to take time to fix. And in that video, which I have scripted but I have not recorded yet, I'm just going to find here the name of it, which is Games Workshop, The Hopeful Future of the Game. Sorry, Warhammer 40,000, The Hopeful Future of the Game. And it's a short video, but it just talks about, you know what, all this negativity around stuff where people get all mad all the time about the game. No, good times are coming. It's not a question of if good times are coming, it's a question of how long before the good times get here. Most of my videos are pretty positive, Miles. I know, right? But, like, you know, at the end of the day, I make some meme videos, and I make some videos that are critical of things, but even those videos that are critical, if you watch the biggest video I've put up on the channel so far, which is the one that most people, you know, have glommed onto since my return to YouTube, is Breaking the Wheel, How Games Workshop Disrupted Their Own Market. I'm not actually blaming Games Workshop pretty extensively in that video. I'm talking about how they made a series of mistakes, and that, you know, they did it just because of how they view the world. It's not like they're evil or nefarious or anything like that. You're going to get a lot of people out there who tell you that Games Workshop is all sorts of bad things under the sun. They're just a company. They're just a company. They're run by people who want to make a game which you want to enjoy. And sometimes they make mistakes, and sometimes they falter. But at the end of the day, fundamentally, their job is to try to entertain you, which is what they're trying to do. So, you know, don't listen to a bunch of haters with that stuff. There is a reason to talk about this stuff. There's a reason to be critical. But just to be a hater, this doesn't work. Yeah, like, I've got positive videos coming out for next week. One of them, of course, being the hopeful future of the game. Another one I've got coming out is going to be how I learned to forget the rules and love Warhammer 40,000. And then the other one I've got, which I still have to script, which is the only one left that I have to script out of the 4 videos I have planned, which is how design tells a story in Warhammer 40,000. More or less, it's going to be talking about the artistic design of the game and the artistic decisions they make with the models, and how those models tell you a story before you've even picked up the model and bought it, or painted the miniature or whatever. Each model has a story to tell, and I'm going to have individual models that I select out as an example in that, which I will talk about how they had a story to tell even though you get to choose how to build it. They want to translate certain messaging to you just with your eyes for you to basically figure out what you're supposed to denote from that. So that's a more complicated video, and I don't want it to be too long. I'm trying to keep my videos at 5 to 10 minutes right now. I don't want really long ones, with the exception of I do have a video coming out in a few weeks that is going to be about Warhammer Plus, which will be a longer video talking about how Warhammer Plus made a series of critical mistakes when it comes to their marketing. Yeah, absolutely. How you position, how you paint, what is on, like, you know, Games Workshop themselves have basically done this themselves. Like, I'll give you a spoiler here, right? Bring up Games Workshop's website. You know, we've only got a half an hour left of the stream, so we might as well do this instead of me dicking around in the night. I'm going to get more done on that tonight after I finish recording for some videos. But, you know, if we go here to Warhammer 40,000, let's bring up Custodies. We're going to bring up these guys, which are not really all that multi-pose, but that actually further helps my point. So these guys, some of the Custodian miniatures that they have at the moment. These guys tell you a story when you look at them. You might just think, oh, they're you know, there's some gold painted guys, you know, they're wearing like skirts and whatnot. It's not about that. If you look at the way that they're presented, the power that they have in terms of their design, even how they hold their arm, the way they stand, the pose that they're in, the armor that they're wearing, the helmets. These are all to exude authority. These are all to exude power and position. And they're to give you the idea that these models are very strong on the table. That's another component behind this. So even before someone actually engages you on the tabletop, just by looking at this unit, they know that this unit is actually quite imposing. They can figure out from the rules and things like that, but they're designed in a way to be imposing, not just to sell you on the model, but to actually give clear indicators to the other person you're playing against what they can kind of expect from the miniatures in your army. So I'm going to be talking about that element of Warhammer. I'm going to be using a series of examples, probably 3 or 4, from different ranges. I'm not going to be talking, not 3 or 4 from different ranges, but I'm going to use probably Marneus Calgar for one, just because he's a very prominently used model. I'm going to use probably Abaddon the Despoiler for another. I'm probably going to use a Necron unit, and I'm probably going to use a Tyranid unit. I'm just not sure which ones yet, but I don't just want to do character models. I'm also going to use units and things like that, and I'm going to talk about what they're trying to convey to you with the models before you even get to the point of buying the model, painting and building the model, doing all of these things with the model. I noticed that we have 19 concurrent viewers in chat. If you're enjoying your time here tonight, please hit that like button. It does help the channel and the algorithm. We are doing our best to grow the algorithm. Grow the algorithm. We're doing our best to help Google. No, please consider hitting that like button. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. It does really help. It does really genuinely help the channel. We are only 41 subscribers away from our end of month goal, where we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. More robots. More. The algorithm says all. Imposing, except the guy with the Moloch's footprint on them. Yeah, except for the guy who got his ass kicked by a Styrian Moloch. Except for the guy who just got his absolute shit wrecked by Moloch. I think that's why I have such a love for dioramas. Absolutely. But it's not just on the dioramas. It's the actual models themselves. And that's the important point to remember. They're designed in such a way to convey information to you. And I want to make sure that I pick out models from different ranges, probably, you know, again, 3, 4, 5 models that are going to be me explaining that you could see without seeing a data card, that you have an idea of what these models are. And that's important. And like, you know, again, I don't want it just to be hero characters. I'm going to be using a lot of just standard units. So we will see what I can kind of come up with. Because I don't want to go... I don't want the video to end up being like a 20-minute long video or whatever. It's going to end up being probably a 7 or 8 or 9-minute long video. But I just want to give people an idea that when you collect your miniatures, you're being given messaging by the company beforehand, even before you buy them. What is this unit? Even before you know about the game, what is this unit? The models themselves tell the story, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think it's something that a lot of people overlook, and it's like, these are the types of videos I want to make on my channel. I want to make videos that are about the things that don't necessarily get discussed all the time. I think it's, you know, I make some meme videos here and there, and I make some videos about, you know, different commentary on current events, but for the most part, most of the videos I make on this channel are going to be about general parts of Warhammer 40,000, the unseen and the unsaid things in the community in some cases, or just video essays talking about different issues in the hobby, both good, bad, whatever. It's all going to be going down that way. Everything is going to be, it's going to be a great time. It's like, so anybody who's on the border of, if you think you're going to enjoy your time here, you probably will. At the very least, you're going to see a madman ramble. So, working on tell a story like the sergeant of the squad. I've done some freaky shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Catachan jungle fighters do not tell a good story at this time. I will tell you that. I will tell you that, Crunk. The oldest plastic infantry miniatures of non-marine type in the game are not telling a good story. They're telling a horror story. This is what happens when science goes too far, man! They're all just out there suffering. Look at them. Is that not the face of pain? Do you all not see the face of pain on these guys? I do. I see their suffering. Look at that. Look at these absolute disasters. Look at that face. Oh my god. Look at that face. Look at it. Look at it. We're going to zoom even more in on it. Look at it. These are the top quality miniatures you can expect for top dollar. Look into his face. Look at all their faces. Help me. Kill me. Oh, it's just worse across the board, mate. That's all that is. It's just worse. It's just the concept of worse. How to get less for your time. How to get less for your money. I've driven people off the stream just by showing the Catachans. So like, oh, so they'll just flee. That old slime Arbo. That silly old slime Arbo. Look at him out there. He's basically Sylvester Stallone. But yeah, it's going good today. What a great day. What a great audience. Let's see here. They remind me of Toy Soldiers from Toy Soldiers. Yeah, they do, actually. They're like the Tommy Lee Jones side of Toy Soldiers. My Marines, we're going to destroy these other fellows. It's going to be awesome. It's these advanced little killing machines running around. That was a great movie as a kid. I enjoyed that film. I've still got one of the first boxes of those you got 20 minis for. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, man, you used to get 20 guardsmen in a box set for less money than you buy 10 for now. It's fucking harsh. It really captured the Australian image in those models, derp yet tough. Oh, fucking, let's get at them, mate. Fucking, no chance against us, isn't that right, fellas? As they all just start getting massacred. That reminds me of a... Oh, sorry, yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, my friends. I can't believe how close we are to that final... Oh, the fetal alcohol syndrome faces. Oh boy, that's why they're all recruited in the Guard, baby. That's why they're in the Imperial Guard. By the way, Bear, where's that paint rack from? That paint rack is actually from Cromlech. And I actually might get 2 more. Just with the middle pieces of it. Genuinely, I'm actually thinking of doing it. But I don't know if I want to spend the money right now, because I'm trying to not spend money at the moment. I'm trying to avoid that shit. As we try to build this YouTube channel, the last thing I want to do is spend that money. Guard are super expensive. They cost almost double everyone else. Yeah, because they've decided to make per model them the most expensive army in the game. Like, I'm not... Like, I mean, you take a look at the new price for the Krieg box coming out for kill teams. You're like, wow, that's expensive, boys. Like, you know, if you want to build a Krieg army, just to get 100 Kriegers, which is kind of what you're going to need to build, you're looking at 350, 400 pounds for 100 Kriegers. That's expensive. Would fit my hobby table too. Could you link me something? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can actually pick the type that you get. They can actually be they're measured for different paint pots too. And it ships from the European Union, so you should actually get these pretty quickly. But yeah, I ordered a couple of them from them. It was pretty great. I will drop the link in the chat there for you, Coffee. There you go, mate. Yep. Pretty awesome. I'm thinking of getting 2 more, though. They're only 12 euros a piece, too. Like, these are pretty cheap. And, you know, they went together pretty easy. It's all just wood. So you just pop it out carefully. You cut where you have to cut, and there you go. Oh, didn't think that was that bad. You can make a whole 2k point... damn, I didn't think that was bad. You can make a whole 2k point army for that. Yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Like, guardsmen are expensive because their stuff is cheap, and you still pay high dollar per model, man. That's the way it's gotta be. That's the way it is. It hurts. It hurts, dog. It's like a kidney punch. One thing I do want to do also is I'm probably going to do a video talking about how to collect an army at the best value. Sometimes involves splitting box sets with other people and whatnot, but yeah, man, like, I'm going to try to be helpful to the overall community. I do want to make videos. The majority of what this channel is a live streaming channel, but if you're on YouTube, you definitely kind of have to be a hybrid. You can't just do live streams. So a big part of the channel for me is going to be a combination of doing videos, not necessarily every day, but there will be videos that do come out. And there is going to be a bigger component. This is live streams. We live stream every day, sometimes twice a day. So that is the plan, Stan. And yeah, today we've gained 9 subscribers. So like today is a big day for the channel, at least compared to other days. Especially given earlier this week, I kind of stalled because I streamed and posted too many videos for too many days in a row. So YouTube punished me by removing most of me from the algorithm, so only people subscribed to me would see me. I'm like, no, please, YouTube, please don't do this to me, YouTube. I beg you, YouTube. They're like, you're too active. Gotta get the fuck out of here for a little while, buddy. No, YouTube, no! How dare you upload 3 videos a day to our video channel, you monster. I'm like, oh, please, YouTube, please. I'm sorry. So that is the grim, dark truth behind all of it, my friends. But yeah, no, it's going great. What a great day today's been. Getting to do some progress on the night. Finish the base on the night for the most part. Then we've got the paint scheme planned for the night. After the stream, though, I've got to basically pour some paints out and make some custom paints. That's the grueling efforts that will be put out tonight. Yes. I might have to run down to the hobby shop and pick up some paints if I don't have the ones I think I have. Updated my storyboard news frame in dumpster fire. I mean ruffle chips. I mean duffel bag. Oh boy. Oh boy. Slaith, you know that these characters should just all die. That's the answer. They want to redeem themselves in the eyes of the Imperium. There's one way to do that real quick. Kidding. You know I gotta do it every time. I'm like, Slaith, come on, man. Why haven't these hounds just, you know, they understand what the Imperium thinks of them. They understand. Stop giving spoils about my story. Look, Slaith, I'm not trying to be that guy, but maybe I'm just saying that, you know, the Bloodhounds might need to, you know, slip their mortal coil. They just need to let go. They're all part of a horrible scheme by Malice, the renegade god, as vengeance against all sides. Come on now, Slaith. Don't be like that, buddy. Hounds of Malal. Oh, see? Crunk understands it. Crunk understands it, dude. Let no one ever say that Crunk doesn't get it. So, what do I do here? Second here, boys. Just checking one thing here. All right. I think we're going to process this, actually. I'm buying the remaining paint racks I need to finish my table. Why the hell not? It's going to make life easier, because I have a bunch of Vallejo paints that aren't up there right now, and a bunch of GW paints I need to add to it. So it's going to make more sense for me to do it this way. So we're going to do that. I already bought the phone yesterday. Why the hell not? It's just another thing to help the channel out. Help make my area a little bit better. I work with my Polish friends. Shed your inhibitions and burn the galaxy in the name of Malal. That's exactly it, dude. Let loose, my dude. That's the only answer. Malice is the only answer. In fact, we're going to show you the only answer on stream. Are Knights relatively fun army to paint? Like, do you mean 40k Knights, the big mechanical ones? I think they're a lot of fun to paint, but I have an airbrush. So an airbrush does enhance your hobbying experience when it comes to this type of stuff. Look at that, man. Look at the Renegade God out there being a Chad bro. Chad Brodius Maximus Renegade God out there. Come on, Slaith, admit it. Look at him and see your true God. Do you see? Do you not see it for its majesty, Slaith? Do you not see the truth of the universe, that all is chaos? The other gods, they believe themselves immune to its touch, for they are made of it. But they too will be destroyed, as all will be destroyed in the name of the dark gods, even the gods themselves. Such is the way of Malice. No? I love the one-word answer. No. No Malice bad. Malice bad. Renegade God bad. Malice bad. Don't like him. Don't like it. not a big fan. You're basically leaving him like a review on what's the name of that terrible website where everybody just leaves bad reviews? It's not the Google reviews. It's they used to have a specific. They still do have it, I think, where you basically you're a reviewer for it. I can't remember its name, but it used to be out there all the time. Oh, it's terrible. I can't remember. Yelp. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, dude, just leave a Yelp review. Malice. Not really impressed. Malice offered bad services. Food was cold. Would not correct meal. Told me to kill the Dark Gods. Told me to kill the Imperium of Man. Would not do again. If you check out the end cutscene of the Zombies level Tag der Toten, that's essentially how the story is capped in time loops. Oh, everybody dies? Is that how it ends then? I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna check it out on stream. I can't. You know I can't. I can't, Slaith. I can't. I can't do it, Slaith. I can't do it on stream. It's too extreme for me. There we go. So we're getting the remaining paint racks in to just make my life a bit easier. I hate to say it. It's going to make my life way easier to do it that way. So that's the way we're going to do it. I mean, I know you won't, but if you did, hypothetically. He knows me too well already. He already knows me too well. Damn. He's on to me. I'm gonna have to do something about this Slaith guy. I know, I'll contact Malice. Malice will help me. All you Imperial dogs serve Malal, spreading chaos and discord among the stars. That's right. All serve chaos. There is no way to avoid service in his name, for he is the renegade god. He is your god, Malice. It's even funny that he's the renegade god, and don't you play a renegade chapter of Space Marines, Malice? Isn't that... No, Slaith? Oh, let that one slip! Slaith, don't you play renegade Space Marines? How can you not worship the renegade god if you're renegade Space Marines? Okay, Karen, calling my boss. I mean, nothing. That's right. Hello there, sir. I'm very upset with the service that I'm receiving here from the Bloodhounds. They are not offering me great services. This is unbelievable. Can I speak to the manager, please? Please, I need to speak with the manager. I would like to speak with your Space Marines captain. Please. But I think it's wind down time, boys. We've been at this for 3 hours and 30 minutes. It's been a great long stream today, but I do have some stuff to do tonight. So here's the outro. You guys know what it is. Thank you very much for everybody who joined me here today. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching this. If you enjoyed your time here, please leave a like. If you're new here and you wish to subscribe, please subscribe. We have a free Discord, which you will find in the video section connected to this. We encourage you to join. We do Sunday stream models every Sunday, starting this Sunday, and I would like to see any of your projects there. We will be reviewing over all of them and talking about what we see on screen. With that being said, you guys all have yourselves a great night, and I will catch you guys tomorrow because we do stream every single day.